Live again. Um, yeah, bruh. Live here for the third time in less than 24 hours. I feel like rants right now. I can't cap. Anyone on the way in, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Obviously, we're here. If you've read the title, you know why we're here. We're here for Manchester City versus Man United live watch along. Um, I can imagine a lot of you would have been up for the Crawford fight. And then maybe slightly less of you would have been alive for the Nui fight. And then if you're like me, you're literally running on E. I did manage to get about an hour's sleep. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. I got an hour's sleep. So I am running on E, but yeah, man. Let, shout out to Ahmad, bro. Let me know what your prediction is for the fight for the game. I'm just setting up the live. Lex is supposed to be here in a second, so on your way in, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Just give me a second whilst I organize myself. Obviously, man's just sorry. I'm just slowly just organizing how I'm gonna organize this live because obviously Nick ain't here. Lex is supposed to be here, but God knows what time he's gonna be here. So, and then also I'm just trying to see where I can watch the game because I actually can't watch it in my normal location because my house is full of people right now. Shout out to F Tex, I love my bro. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. I know you man have already subscribed, so love for pulling up already. What the fuck is going on, mate? A few people in the live. So I miss Inoue fight. Was his performance good? Yeah, it was a really good performance. It was a shutout. He won every single round. Let me know if I'm coming through clear as well, or if the signal's not great. These Liverpool man caught life again, bro. They ain't looking good, but that's how you win a league. You put in good. You don't have to win. You don't have to play well to win games. They didn't play that well against Arsenal, but they got the result. Yep, Hannibal secret agent for them. Ahmad Diallo, very, very impressive. It was a very impressive performance. F Texer was watching it live with us. Shout out to F Texer. Shout out to everybody who's been live with us over this weekend. It's been a difficult one, obviously. Nick's not been here for the last two lives, and we've had to cram it in with obviously so much other stuff. We've had to film this week to promote the live. Obviously, we've also had to film because it's been a busy week just in terms of sport, a busy week in terms of news. And obviously, we're trying to launch the OnlyFacts Extra channel. So go link like OnlyFacts Extra, and it's a two-man army. So anything you ever see us do, whether it's setting up a live, whether it's where it's editing a video, whether it's topics, whatever it is, it's me and Nick. There's nobody else that's on the ship that's doing anything right for us. It's me and Nick. So, and me and Nick both, well, Nick has his own business, but me and Nick both have work full time. So, we're just pretty much trying to figure out a way to make this work. Fortunately for me, this is my one weekend that I have off. So, that's the benefit of how things are. How was How was AI judge watching Crawford fight? That score was spooky. But again, with AI judges, I don't know what they're scoring it on. I don't know the metrics and the mechanics and the algorithm that's built within the machine learning. I don't know. You know, it is a very, very coded system. So I've seen like Usyk and Fury one, for example, where they scored 10 rounds to Usyk and 2 rounds to Fury. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're scoring on. I don't know what the metric is. You know, I do know when you look at punch stats, Crawford landed more than Canelo in 10 of the rounds, 10 of the 12 rounds. By the way, the scorecard was 117, 111, 1. Oh, so they gave some rounds to Ahmed Alive. I didn't see those rounds that they gave though. How can you score that a draw? I don't know. I don't know what the metrics were. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, when you man hit the like button, I don't know how much people are gonna pull up in this live. I presume it's not gonna be as much as we normally get for the boxing, but we get as much as we can get, and just it helps when you look like the video, when you look share the video, because it gets people in the algorithm. And the bigger the community, the more content we can do, the more time we can commit. That's pretty much how it works, bro. I know you've heard this a million times, but you're gonna hear it a million and one. Where is Lex? I do not know, but we got about 30 minutes before the game starts. I don't really want to talk too much about boxing. I kind of just want to talk about football because we've been talking about boxing for the last, I want to say, what, 7 hours? And not only that, when you think about the fact that maybe even longer than 7 hours, maybe the last 10 hours, I don't know. We're obviously going to do a show. So I just really want to talk about football because I didn't get to put out the preview of Man United versus Man City, but I did put out, it was part of the Only Facts Full podcast. So if you didn't get to watch that, obviously, um, it is there for you to watch. But I'll discuss what I think about the fight. But it'd be better to discuss it when Lex is here because I know Lex is gonna have a different opinion to me. You man already know how Lex moves already, bruv. Like this guy's a different individual. So um but I more want to get the opinions of you, man. Like, obviously, a lot of you, man, don't even support United. So, um, okay, so a few comments. Let me just go through them. Also, RIP Ricky Hatton. Yeah, rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, bro. You man hit the like button on the way in. I need you lot supporting this. I'm tired, haven't had much sleep. Obviously, you man been here with me since the beginning, so I'll prefer if you lot stay with me throughout the whole entire game, because I'm gonna need as much of you lot's encouragement as possible to stay awake. But yeah, RIP Ricky Hatton. Scammering boys getting ready for the battering. Potentially, we could get cooked today. I like today's lineup. I ain't gone into the lineup yet. I'm gonna go into that in a second. Big up, love the stream from this morning. Love my bro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you're new to the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you are, but we cover any boxing fight, every Arsenal game, and every boxing. We cover everything. So we're not like those people who just jump on the bandwagon for specific fights. I watch nearly every boxing fight. As long as I'm watching it, I'm going to be live for it. Now, the locations may change, but yeah, regardless, I'm going to be live. What was I looking for? The lineups. Yeah, let me look at the lineups. I didn't actually see the lineups. I'm gonna go probably read through the lineup now, and then when Lex comes, I'll probably read through it again. Um, we've got Sesko and Buemo and Diallo up front. I can't complain with that. It's Agati and Bruno in the double pivot. You got the back five of Dogu, Shaw, Delict, and Yoro with Matsuari. I'm not gonna lie. The wing back options, I'm definitely not. I don't have an issue with. The back three, don't have an issue with. I know why Mbuemo's playing on the left. I know why. Specifically if you got Dorgu there, and I know obviously why Diallo's playing on the right. The only part that I have an issue with is Argati in the double pivot. Yeah, that's the only thing I have a slight issue with. But when you look at the fact that Casemiro hasn't really played that great, and we're going to be outrunning the midfield with the likes of Rodri's, Reiners, and Rod and Bernardo Silva, and you're going to obviously get um, you're obviously going to get outrun if you don't have legs in the midfield. And one thing Agati does have is legs. Whilst he's not the greatest football player, I'm not a fan of him at all. Agati is such a waste of space, terrible football player. I agree. Not really a fan of him at all. Big up, shout out to you, Samson. Love my bro. That double pivot is spooky, man. That double pivot's been spooky, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it still, but you know how it goes already. We just have to, as a team, we're struggling in it, so we just have to cope with that. Again, I'm still waiting for when Lex jumps on. Lex says he's gonna jump on soon, so um, but yeah, man, you man hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I need as much people here to, keep the live engaging. So Humanchu, keep the live engaging. Samson, keep the live jumping. Because, bro, there's gonna be times in this game where it's gonna be dead. Like I'm a Diallo, keep the live engaging. Because if you watch, if you watch how United's played all season, we had a decent game against Arsenal, but we lost. We had a decent first half against Fulham, but we drew. We had a terrible game against Grimsby and lost. And then we had I think, a terrible game against Bournemouth and we lost. But sometimes forms don't mean anything no, we beat Bournemouth, sorry. But sometimes form doesn't mean anything in derbies. And I think that could be the case today. Plus, City's been in bad form. There's definitely going to be opportunities for us to score goals. It's just, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what United we're going to get. If we lost 4-0 today, I wouldn't be surprised. But if we won, I wouldn't be surprised neither. I think Agate can dog walk in defence. That's why he selected him. I presume so. Everybody hit the likes and subscribe, love my bro. We are gonna need a loss for Amarin to go. Bro, I'm not at that stage yet. Still, I'm not gonna lie. I still want to win games. Because you gotta understand we ain't in any competitions this season. And as much wins as we can get, the higher we can climb up the table. For me, my aim this season was finishing in the top 7. I don't think we will based on our performance. But at the end of the day, because we're playing one game a week, even more now because we're not in the Carabao Cup, we just have to try and, put some wins together. And if we can get 2 back-to-back wins, that's a positive. Everybody's going to be playing midweek. So if we can get a win this weekend and win going into the next game, then dope. Pep has never lost 3 in a row. Amrin has never 2 in a row. Trust, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Them type of metrics and dynamics, I don't know how to look into because you know how it goes already, bro. Like those things can be jinxes. Thoughts on yesterday Chelsea game? They gave blatantly offside goal for. Bro, I'll be honest. Himanshu replied to that comment. I didn't watch the Chelsea game. I watched the Spurs game and I watched some parts of the Arsenal game. Obviously, I was trying to organize the live, so I wasn't able to watch those games. But I did watch the Arsenal and Spurs game. Only because Nick was live for the Arsenal game and the people who I was around was watching the Spurs game, so I was watching it in passing. Yeah, man, they didn't even check it properly. Trust me. I didn't watch the game. I gotta watch Match of the Day or something. He isn't gonna leave until October, whatever happens. For me, that's why I want to win as much games as possible. They just giving him a transfer window and bought his style of players. So I don't actually want him to leave until I don't want him to leave. Period. We gotta ride this wave, bro. All it takes is 2 injuries for us to drop off a cliff. I think we've all. I don't think he even takes that. I don't even think it takes that. I don't think it takes that, bro. Like, it's just, bro, it's peak. It is so peak. What I didn't check is I was gonna say who's playing in goal because I didn't know if it was Bayer there or Heaton. Obviously, we're still sticking with this Bayern there, brother. I don't know why, but that's the game. Um, Man like Liverpool scored a penalty in the 95th minute. Fam, Liverpool might win the league again just because they're just scumbagging shit through, bro. Um, what do you man make of City? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really thinking City's looking that great. I can't lie. Like City's not looking great at all, and I feel like we can get at them. I'll be so real. I feel like we can get at him. Why he isn't playing Lehman's? I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I I didn't expect him to play first game. I just didn't expect him to play first game. Yeah, I didn't expect him to play first game. It's just that simple. I thought maybe a goalkeeper. I can't lie. It's you're gonna be in a difficult position. Lex is here. Shout out to Lex. Wagwan, bro.
What's up, guys? You all right?
What do you think about the fact that we didn't play Lehman's in this game? Someone asked, what do you think about Lehman's not playing?
I think
Hit the
it's
like button,
it's
hit the subscribe button.
I think it's smart. I think it's smart. If you remember when Vidic and Evra, their first game was City away, wasn't it? I think if he comes in and he gets peppered straight away, then we've got another goalkeeper with no confidence. So I think
No
next week at Old
confidence.
Trafford, yeah, next week at
Facts.
Old Trafford is a good one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can't even lie, I agree with that. What do you think of the starting 11? I'm going to get to the comments in a second.
I think it's good. I'm interested to see if Dorgu is on the right hand side or whether it's Mazarawi, because I've seen it as Dorgu on the right, Shaw on the left, Mazarawi at right
Now, I
centre back.
think Dorgu's on the left. I think
I think he's
Dorgu's
on
on
the
the left.
left, Mazarawi on the right, innit? That's what I think.
Yeah, but it would make sense because Dorgu's played left wing back all season and Mazraoui is naturally right footed. And because he's
Yeah,
gone with Ahmad on that side, it's probably going to be with two inverted players. But I could be wrong.
yeah. I think it'll be that. But I think it's the best 11 we can pick.
Two goalkeepers on the bench. What the f are we doing? We could use another player in the bench. Do we have two goalkeepers on the bench?
I haven't seen the bench. Hang on, I'll have a look now.
What? Oh yeah, we do. We have Heaton and Lehman's on the bench.
Remember, sometimes Heaton's chosen because he's still academy player in it, and they want to keep the run going. So see if we've got any other academy players on here. That's City's team.
They want to keep the what going?
So it was 81 years that we've always had an academy player in the on the match days squad, like in the team, sorry, or on the bench. And I think he might be the only one. Bayinder's not, Shaw's not,
Um,
Ahmad's not.
on a
Fair-
serious note, Shane, United fans must get a headache seeing all these Amarin lineups and tactics. I don't really get a headache. I just get disappointed when we don't produce results. What happened to your screen, Jed?
I don't know, man. That's what I was just trying to work out. What's going on there? Hang on. Here we go. That's
Big
better,
up
isn't it?
Lex, shout out to Samson.
Hey, what's up, man?
I think Pep is lost in his style. He is trying to play a different style. I don't think so at all. I just feel like his recruitment over the last couple of years hasn't been the greatest. And then also he's lost a lot of core players. Like last season, he spent a whole season without his best player in Rodri. Then he's obviously gonna lost De Bruyne, who was pivotal in their team. You know, I think a lot of when you lose a spine, specifically key players like Rodri or De Bruyne, you can't expect the system to work, and it's just that's how football goes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so
Yeah, I
too. What?
don't mind not starting a new goalkeeper. I'm not against that neither. It's his first game. What Lord, I don't know what you're referring to. What are you referring to, Manchu? Mr. Nui live earlier. What did you think for me? And that's his second best performance other than if that was a dominant performance, bro. I was live for that. It was a dominant performance. He fought the perfect style and the perfect balance and fight. So definitely. Lex, your guy Amarin is about to get sacrificed. That is funny.
Okay.
I was referring to the academy player thing. Oh yeah, no.
Who does FTech support? Is he an Arsenal fan, FTech? He is,
What
isn't
I
he?
think he supports Arsenal. FTech. So what team you support? Put in the comments what team you support. Um, obviously we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, so
Oh my
um,
days. Sorry, Shane.
10 minutes away from kickoff. I don't know what Lex is doing with his camera. Yeah, F Tex is an Arsenal fan still. F Tech. I don't know what you're doing with your camera, G. You good, bro? Arsenal. Where is Xerxes Menu? Oh lol. Where's Xerxes Menu? Bro, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a massive fan of Xerxes, but I don't. I do think he's got good attributes that we can take advantage of. And if I'm looking at our bench, I don't really see much. Xerxes on the bench though. Xerxes on the bench. Lex, what are you doing, bro?
There we go. There we go.
Is-
I can see you now. You see me?
I could always see you, bro.
I'm
I,
John
uh,
Cena, man.
Shane, I think you guys needed at least two quality midfielders this window, Baleba and one more. Baleba wasn't leaving until next season. Okay, I like Xerxes. He's technically very good. He is, but I don't know. I think there's a big issue in terms of our overall system. We don't play with much togetherness as a front three. I don't think our front three do the working working tandem. I think when you look at the front three of Cunha and Boimo and Sesko, they all want to do three different things, or whether it's Mount playing, they all want to do different things. And I feel like they might be great individual players, but as you know, I just feel like we're not playing to our players' strengths and working out a system where which facilitates all of our players' strengths.
I think that takes
But
time, though,
that's
Shane.
um, obviously everything takes time, and I don't expect perfection, but I do expect a specific identity of how we attack, and I don't think we currently have one. I think the only identity that we have when we attack is when we throw Maguire in a box and just launch crosses in there.
I
Who's
don't know about.
next to Mbeumo? What did you say?
Next to Mbromo is who is next to Mbromo? It's who's he got in the 10 with him? He's got Sesko,
Yes,
Mbromo,
Sesko and
Ahmad,
Diallo,
Ahmad.
Diallo, Diallo,
Yeah, Ahmad, Ahmad,
Diallo.
Ahmad, Ahmad.
Donnarumma first appearance too. Well, it's different because Donnarumma is actually
Established, isn't
top
he?
class goalkeeper. You know what I'm
Yeah, he's
saying?
fully established.
And they're gonna need that because I've watched City's first two games, or I think it's their first two games. I know the Spurs game and another game. The goalkeeper made mistakes in that. I remember in the Spurs game, the goalkeeper made a mistake with a back pass, and then the goalkeeper made a mistake in another game. I don't know what the other game was. I think it might have been the game where he lost 2-1. The goalkeeper made a mistake in that game as well. So they
James
definitely
Trafford, isn't
need
it? It's James
the
Trafford, weren't it?
goalkeeper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Young
Yeah.
guy, young boy, young boy. Very young, very young.
Mm,
We're getting close to kickoff now. It's gonna be 5 minutes max.
yeah, roughly around 5 minutes away from kickoff. You man hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share. What's your predicted scoreline?
I fancy United 2-1.
You fancy United 2-1?
Yeah. Statistically, we're are we sixth in created chances? Sixth in created chances. First in it's either sixth in created and first in clear chances or something like that. We're in the top metrics of everything. I think City are a little bit vulnerable. We always play better
Where
against we play better against City than we do anyone else. Even at our worst, we've always got results at City.
Yeah, no, City. That's why I said at the beginning. I said in the build up to this game, I said I don't think form matters in these games. You know, I've
No,
seen United go into games against City with terrible form and still find the way to win. And I've also seen games where City's been in like looking perfect, and they found a way to win. I feel
Yeah.
like City are definitely there for the taking, but at the same time, where we've looked vulnerable in games as well. So I'm not gonna take anything for granted. Plus, we're away from home, so I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, bro. Ahmad says 2-1 Man United.
That's what I
I
got.
would wanna I would wanna pick United to win. I don't see us scoring 2 goals. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think we could easily get past the pad as well, man. 3-0 and off. I think we could quite. It could very. That could happen. That's
I
the thing
said that.
United
I
doing,
said
isn't it?
that I said if we lost 4-0, I wouldn't be surprised. But if we won, I wouldn't be surprised neither.
No.
I think there's a couple players that need amazing games today. One of them being Matsuari, because he's gonna get tested by Doku all day. And then I don't know if this is physically possible, but Agate is gonna need a good game. I don't know if it's possible for him to have a good game, but he's gonna need one.
I think he could have a good game. He said
Um,
himself on international, while he's on the international break, he said he's had a bad start to the season, but he had a few good games last year. He wasn't a dud last year. Last year, he ended the season, he was all
nah, I
right.
don't rate him. I don't actually see his purpose in this specific system.
Well, and he's supposed to be the ball winning number six, isn't he? To free up the other midfielder to be an eight. That's what his
No,
purpose
but
is
the
supposed to
the the
be.
the, the issue that we have with that system is when you got a front three that press the ball with a midfield three of Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and I think they're playing Rangers today.
Yeah.
You're at times it will be 3v1.
I think it's gonna look with almost a four with Mazzarri. I don't think he'll go bombing. I think they'll get Dorgu going bombing on the left as that winger, like winger wing back. And I think Mazzarri won't overcommit and they'll shift across to the left so they've got a little bit more numbers in there. Because City are gonna dominate
No, but
possession.
that covers the width, but that doesn't cover the middle. That still doesn't cover the middle of the park.
But what they can do then is they can tuck someone in. So if it's on the left, they can tuck someone in. I think that's what they'll try and do is tuck someone in or lift someone up because
Into
that's the
midfield. Into
no from the
midfield.
defense. Yeah, well, yeah, because if they're back far enough, then of course. Because remember that we're not going to be. I'll be shocked if we're playing at the halfway line. I'll be shocked if we're playing
No,
that
of
high.
course not. Shane, what you saying on Ahmad is the manager fault, or does he need to take some blame? What are you talking about?
What's that for?
For what? I don't know what you're talking about, Michael. Ahmad for what? What do you mean? Agati is terrible. I'm not a fan of Agati. Still, I can't even cap.
He's just showing the lineups on mine. Just going through defense right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting that he's put Ahmad in the 10 though, and then and not put Bruno up in a 10 and played someone else in the middle like Cass with Cass and the guy is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? We're just short there, right? We're just short. Or Mainu maybe. Rodri. Rodrigo. Why is that stand not?
Um,
I can't feel that stadium,
We're
You see,
winning 3-2. Let's go. I don't know what team you support, but if you support United, let's go. I don't see us scoring 3 goals. You never know, though. All their three midfielders are quality facts. They got solid midfield. Yes, Shane, Mr. Boxing Streams can't stay up anymore. United are getting slapped up. My hopes are low going into this game, bro. The streams are great. I was live for every single one of them. But yeah, man, I hope we can get a win to sum up the weekend, man. It was a good fights and hopefully a good game. What do you think? Liverpool stinking wins to the top of the league. Yeah, but if they can win the league, they win the league. It doesn't matter how you win it. You win it,
doesn't
innit?
say that in the record books. Doesn't say they won, but they got sneaky, stinky wins, does it? Doesn't have that in brackets, man. The
On
win's the
his
win.
performance this season, I think as a team we've looked shit. Not just Ahmad. I think collectively we've looked poor. I
Who's this
can't.
clapping for, Shane? Is this for Ricky Hatton? I'm guessing.
Yeah, Ricky Hatton's died, didn't it? And he was a
Yeah,
le-
City fan.
a City fan from Manchester and that. Garter makes sense. CSA doesn't have their legs, and Marino isn't a defensive player, so lineup makes sense.
I think that's Ugarte makes sense because Cass doesn't have the legs and Mainu isn't a defensive player, so the lineup makes sense.
You know what he did? He says CSA. What's CSA?
I'm assuming CSA is Cass, isn't it? It might just be a
Oh, oh, oh.
abbreviation, maybe, or yeah. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace,
Ricky
Ricky,
Hatton.
man.
Trust me, Ugarte makes sense. More defensively minded. I get that. I get that. I'm having a big issue right now. Why is this not working for me?
What's that?
My stream's gone down.
Oh no way.
My stream has gone down.
Well, City are in a huddle at the moment, halfway in their half, getting themselves prepped up. United are just walking around. I'm not sure if they don't care about the huddle or that. Said what they've got to say in the changing room. Hopefully,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't check my typos. Ahmad is playing in wrong position the whole time. I just think systematically nobody's working together. Big up the chat. The Charles acknowledge your world championship or whatever, bro. This guy's just loving this world championship talk.
when you never do anything good, so you tell everyone about it, Shane, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's what then Chelsea fans come along. Do you know what I mean? Like when you get like a hole in one in the golf course, so you're running texting your mum and everyone to tell them. That's what these Chelsea guys are like, man. Competition
Um,
no one cared about. City on the attack. It's quite. Oh my gosh! City almost scored in 16 seconds. You got your stream up?
no, still no.
No, it's a little bit of ping pong on the left side of United's box. Hoyland 6 yards out, but really far to the left. Pings it across. Just goes across. Just goes across the goal. Binder lets it go. I mean, he had a shot on target in 16 seconds. Just by how they've started, they seem up for it. They seem really up for it because that little ping pong session there was more about who wanted it. Long ball from Binder, one by Sesko, but no one there for the flick on.
That's another thing. That's another thing that I've seen recently.
No one there for flick on.
I've just seen that when we do go long to Sesko, it's like the players don't expect him to win the ball.
So United get the throw, but they go backwards all the way back to Binder, or not back to Binder. The lit plays the ball. Yeah, we just turn it over. City presses. Went all the way back from about three-quarters of the way at the pitch. Went all the way back, got pressed and give the ball straight back over. So
I
good
don't
shape though.
understand.
Good shape defending at the halfway line. City probing a little bit, and Burmo's out there pressing. Is he onside? Passing between the lines? No, he's offside. He's offside. Would have been a heck of a ball.
My stream's still down. I don't know what's going on here. Canelo in his presser said,
I tell you what's a little bit worrying, Shane. After 2 minutes, so it's offside. United players just turn around and walk slowly. And Binder gets the ball slowly and has flicked it and has gone long. It's not even the long ball I have the problem with.
Portuguese.
It's that we're 2 minutes in and we're already kind of like just moving ultra slow. Like I want to see us. I know we have to absorb, but we've got to match them for effort,
Of
pace, and
course.
intensity.
I think Buemo and Ahmad is a nice decision. Bruno is a bit reckless, and Ahmad has a silly
Oh, what a
smoothness to
ball!
him. Bruno for me is more of an 8. Him and Ugarte should firm it. Ahmad Buemo could impress. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
So
City playing well in the first 2 minutes.
they The last minute, United have had a few nice touches. Dorgu wins a nice free kick. Shaw pings it out left. But we get caught. No real options. So we've gone all the way back to Binder. Hoof to the halfway line. Ugarte, good challenge by Ugarte. That's what we want from Ugarte. Dorgu starting out. I can see why everyone likes Dorgu. He's dynamic. Bruno with a good switch of play, left or right. And Burmo, no, it's not in Burmo. Mazraoui running, gets it to Burmo, edge of the box. Falls to Sesko. Sesko lame. Oh, forces a save from about 20 yards out. So the first couple of minutes, City looked dominant, but the last couple of minutes, United have matched them. Good passing from Mazraoui. He is playing on the right. Sesko, yeah, it's a decent effort. Decent effort. Never really going to go in. Bit of trouble with the keeper. Press from Manchester United. Got City pinned back in their own left corner. Win the ball back. It's with Mazraoui. Good. 18 yards out. Ball cross. Okay, good. Donnarumma punches it out. Positive from United. The press worked well. Luke Shaw's got to get a foot in there. Luke Shaw's trotting along already. City tried to counter and Euro is so good. Just sort of pulls it out of play. Was that Doku? Yeah, Pep shouting. But Euro just shields it out of play on the counter attack, Shane. Good play. Um, Positive. That's a positive couple of minutes. Other than Shaw, just kind of, he does that trot, Shane. He does that trot
Yeah,
where he's the dad run, where he does the
yeah,
dad run going backwards. He's done a little bit of a
yeah.
dad run, and I think if he has that kind of engine or the old Shaw engine, or if it's Doku, he goes in and wins that. That's a go in and smash it. Maybe he was being smart. I would like to have seen him put a foot in there. Going long. It's like Anana's kind of give everyone PTSD. There's no playing up from the back. Everything is long from United from the goalkeeper. A bit of head
Well,
tennis there goes out for a City throw in. He's still not with us, Shane.
still not with you.
It's been we've matched them last couple 2-3 minutes. It's probably been 55-45 United. Some good pressing, some good moments. They've got to keep another 90 minutes like the last sort of 3 minutes. They might get a result from this. Sure, in this left centre back position, I think it suits him. A big question, I think, moving forward with the defence. I think we're quite set. Playing out from the back. Oh, Bayenda sends the lit down an alley, but he manages to pass the ball out, and we almost counter, so we break the press nicely. I think an interesting thing, Shane, is what's going to happen with Martinez. I think two big injuries. So has he lost a step? Because if he comes back and he can stay healthy, I think he's that answer at left centre back. But we've just got to see what he looks like after
I
six
don't
weeks
know.
when he
I
comes
don't know.
back.
I'm a bit 50-50 with Martinez, I can't lie.
I think there's
We
quality when he's fit.
presume we can pressure the goalkeeper when they play from the back. Facts. Unpopular
Yeah.
opinion, but we have a better defense than City. We need to pam them. We need to try and put pressure on them, definitely. Like I said earlier, Shane, Euro to Chelsea. I don't think so. Still, Shane, find a stream. Live player ain't bad. I'm gonna try it now. Still, bro. Every stream that I normally use is well. I've been streaming all day. So I don't understand why it's not working now.
Oh dear, bit of trouble there, Shane. Playing around the back, ball passed back to Bayinda. Heavy touch, like 3-4 yards. And Haaland's right there and almost gets it as Bayinda slips and tackles him. Crazy. It would have been an Onana-esque moment, Shane, if it happened. United recover, holding the ball around their own 20 yards out, 20-25 yards out. Hoof from Bayinda. He doesn't want the ball back again. He just wants to hoof it. Dorgu started well, I say that. Heavy touch. He got himself in a good position to intercept. Heavy touch. Ahmad takes the ball away. Sesko in transition or misses Mbermo. Sesko started well. Good energy from Sesko. Good energy, good pressing, put himself around the place. It's interesting. And funny enough, you being a boxing guy and the boxing last night, Shane. The way the match has started is there's moments where both teams are kind of feeling each other out, and then they try and throw a couple of heavy punches to see what happens, and the other team
Yeah.
fires back, and then it settles down again a little bit. Harry Maguire sitting on the bench with his arms crossed. Looked like someone has eaten his vegan sausage roll from Greg's and he's not best pleased about. Oh, lovely touch. Mazraoui started really well. You know, it might be in. Oh, so the ball, the play down the left, down the right. Sorry, Shane. Mazraoui with a little kind of like Cruyff turn pass, sets Embuemo out off. He plays the ball with the outside of the left foot, almost gets Ahmad in, who's running, chases down the keeper. So I think United have arguably shaded it. The first, we're coming towards the first 10 minutes. Arguably shaded it. Some nice little passing around, growing in confidence. Actually, that's a foul. Referee, yeah, passing out of the press very calmly. And who is that? O'Reilly pulls Mazraoui down to the floor. It's going to be a concern when Mazraoui, Ahmad, and then Burmo go to African Cup of Nations, Shane. I think that's three big players to lose all at once, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. That's a great point.
Some of our cooler heads as well. Some of our much cooler heads.
That is a great point.
So ball hoofed up, Sesko. They're going to Sesko. Half wins it. Dorgu's yeah, good. Dorgu, who is that? Bernardo Silva gets the ball, but Dorgu pinches it off him, and Bernardo Silva pulls him back on the left-hand side of the City 18-yard box. Good pressure from Dorgu, started really well. Now the thing is, Dorgu's by him, Shane, and he pulls him by the hips. The referee's telling him off. That has to be a card. He is running to the corner. Amran's gesturing the same thing. If he's going towards the corner, but he's got the ball, so that should be a card for Bernardo. But he's acting, you know what they're like, Shane, acting like someone stole 50 quid from his pocket, pulled him down from by the hips, and Burmo's over the free kick. It's right on the left hand side of the 18-yard box, 18 maybe 19 yards out. Free kick will come over any second. City lifting a high line, trying to get United players offside. Decent ball, flicked in. Oh, Dorgu, front post, tried to flick it back. Wasn't as good as it initially looked. Didn't have much lift. City, that's a great touch, whoever that is. Agate, good. Shane, you're getting the performance from Agate that you wanted. Oh, sends him as well. Good Agate. So City tried to transition, play the ball over the top. Agate just roughhouse whoever that was. Took the ball off him, give him a fake and a little turn, play the ball inside. So good start from Agate, the best we've seen from him easily this season. The first 10 minutes, 2 or 3 good interceptions. City holding the ball midway through. Oh, it's just me now. City holding the ball mid. I didn't even notice, guys. The show been gone for long. I can't even control the comments. City controlling the ball.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he just disappeared for a minute, mate. City just passing the ball out of play. Oh, no, they've given it
I'm
as a
literally
City
still
throw.
trying to find a stream. I don't know what I don't know. Like literally, I'm literally still trying to find a stream. But well done for Lex for holding it down. Like I'm literally trying to find a stream.
It's all good. We started well. City in a bit of a pattern the last 30 seconds, though, as you expect them. You know, they set up their tent about halfway into the opposition's half. Lots of little one-touch passes, triangles, one-twos. United, everybody back for United now, Shane, including Sesko. Oh, Sesko's not quite behind the ball, but holding that pattern. And we
Okay,
might
finally
see
the
it.
stream's back.
You got it?
Yeah, what time are you on?
I'm on 11:53.
I'm on 11:40, but at least I got it up.
At least you're there. There we go.
All right, cool. Finally. Sorry about that. I wanna see Martinez delete Euro as a back five. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I don't mind that, but I haven't been that disappointed with Luke Shaw this season either. I don't think defensively we've been that bad. Do you man respect your manager? I don't really feel like he's got to grips with the squad or got the best out of the squad. But when you're in this train, whilst I might not be happy with the direction we're going, I don't think you can turn back at this stage. You just gotta see where it takes us. I think he throws internet gone, game starting to settle down. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Um
Yeah.
Good pass, but yeah, guys in the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Um, let's see. I always set myself live. I always set myself targets for how much likes I want for a video. I'm gonna see if we can get that in this one. Let's see.
What's the target, Shane?
I'm gonna have a look now, see how much we're on now, and then I can gauge from there. We are current. Okay, if we can get to 25 likes, I'll be happy.
Okay. What are we
25
on at the
likes.
moment?
10.
Ahmed, I
And
got Ryanda in
I'm
my
gonna strike.
I got Ryanda in my fantasy team. Everyone was raving about him, and he hasn't started. I don't think he started the season well for City at all. Ryanda.
No, I didn't expect him to get fantasy points though. He's more of a recycling player. Like he's a clean player, very very tidy football player.
I think it's because he's cheap. So they do those fantasy football
Yeah.
tips and expert thing they put in because he's cheap. For that reason, I'm guessing. But I thought he's not really lit the world on
Yeah,
fire.
hit the
So.
likes and subscribe. Big up Lex. Trust me, Lex. You're gonna promote your YouTube channel.
I will at halftime. I will at halftime.
Cool.
Oh no,
Where are you in the game?
14-12.
Okay, you're like 10 seconds ahead of me.
That was an over exaggeration. It looked like it was something and it wasn't. You're probably there by now. It
Yeah,
looked like
yeah,
it
yeah,
looked a bit
yeah,
like in
yeah, yeah.
Burma
I
was
saw
in.
what you're. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looked for a second and I was like, nah, no, no.
One thing have realized though is, and this is just a thing that I've realized United have against bigger teams. Even when we played against Arsenal, I feel like the intensity that we have against big teams are always at a high level. But when we play against lesser teams, I think because they have a low intensity, we tend to have a low intensity as well. And it just like I don't know, maybe it's a psychological thing, but I definitely feel like the intensity levels in this game, for example, is better than what it was against Grimsby or better than what it was against Bournemouth. And the only thing I can presume, rotted. The only thing I can presume is that it was because we're playing a better team or it's a derby. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe the partly the derby thing, but my opinion of it is if you're expected to lose, like if we lose, like no one's going to be getting onto him because it's City. But when you lose the Grimsby game, or you get the last minute winner against Burnley, like it's a mental thing, isn't it? There's nerves, and you're just you're worried, second guessing, overthinking. So you're just free to play. Like these guys are just free to play at the minute. They look like they're free. Don't know about Bruno's ball. Oh,
Because I'm behind you. A lot of the things that I'm seeing is like after.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'll hold my
No, 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 no.
reaction.
Don't stop because of me. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. You see one thing about Ahmad, like
Yeah,
he's a talented player, but he's a high risk player,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
high risk, low percentage player.
She took
So
that down, right?
yeah,
She took that
I
down.
I just feel
Yeah,
like because he can do a lot of great things, he tries to do a lot of great things instead of just
yeah.
trying to do the basics sometimes. Yeah, I rate Amarin. I saw what he did in Portugal, and there's a reason why they wanted him to succeed Pep at City. I don't look into that. I'm not even gonna cap, bro. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't look into shit like that.
Shane, you feeling the fight from last night? That yawn was I was up streaming at 4 in the morning yawn.
We were up streaming from 1 o'clock all the way until then I was streaming again at 10:30. So
Oh,
I've done what we saying? I want to say 7 hours of streaming, and by the end of this, it'll be maybe close to 10 hours of streaming within 24 hours. Oh man, like Doku. Oh, they scored.
yeah, yeah. I
Man,
must say
like Phil
against
Foden.
we don't. I don't think we deserve to be down. I don't think we deserve to be losing at the moment. What's going on
I
here?
I
Like, is
I
he?
I I I feel like quality is quality. So when
Yeah,
a team
yeah.
has more quality than you, when you have your opportunities, you gotta make them count. I feel like defensively,
It looked like a
um,
defensive mistake, right? Let's have a look.
that was a defensive error there.
So too easy the ball in between is that Doku skips by Luke. This is what I'm saying. Luke Shaw is just he's a passenger. That's Luke Shaw for me, man.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Luke Shaw. He gets done
That
dirty.
is definitely Luke Shaw. That's
Oh
definitely
my! You know what? He's getting memed. The first initial block is fine. That's not. That's all Luke Shaw. That is all. Everything
yeah.
else is
Luke Shaw
fine.
got
Like
skimmed.
you can't do anything about that. That's a good block from Ugarte. Foden should be picked up, but
I
Shane, you're gone again, mate. Yeah, that's a Luke Shaw. Make sure you put in the chat what you think. I'm sure when Shane's back, he'll bring him up. For me, that's all Luke Shaw. He's just got skinned. Gosh, absolutely skinned, left for dead. I think these are the things that put pressure on Amrin, and I don't hold him accountable for the squad, but when he selects people like Luke Shaw, I need to know who's on the bench before I make full judgment. I'm guessing it's Fredrickson, but there has to be another centre back, maybe Maguire, maybe he wanted someone a little bit more mobile. But that's crazy. That's crazy from Luke Shaw. This is what I'm saying. He's trotting along like a dad at the gym. Do you know what I mean? Or when an old boy, middle-aged guy is trying to cross the road, just that little old man skip for no reason. Didn't really he was doing that earlier and he's too static. He's not ready to play. Oh, again, kicking the ball out of bounds, should be giving it to Ahmad. These are the things that are going to cost Amram. These are the things that are going to cost Amram is these silly lapses and like momentary lapses. The difference in intensity between Dorgu and Shaw is night and day. Absolute night and day. Look, he's just got absolutely bullied by Haaland and turned there. He had the position on Haaland. He's got back after being saved by Delit. Then he passes the ball. You've got to get Luke. He might have to sub Luke Shaw out. He won't do. But if I'm City, and again, Shane will be back in a moment, I'm sure, guys. Let's know what you think in the chat. If I'm City, I'm targeting that right hand side. I'm going for Luke Shaw because either he's not fit, he's hurt, or he's both. Um, he's the guy. Luke Shaw's the guy that when the season started, he said we've got rid of all. It wasn't loose cannons. What was the word he
let
said?
me let me get through some of these comments. For fuck's sake, we're fried. Here we go. Mine a long way to go. Trust me. Luke Shaw. Someone says Doku sold him, bro. He sold him my dream. Shaw got sent back to Southampton. Lol. I'd
Yeah,
rather we play Haven than Shaw. To
yes,
be
great
fair,
point.
I'm not. To be fair, I don't think Shaw's played that bad this season, but that was definitely his fault. If City win, I ain't even mad. This
Shane,
may, but
while you were gone, Shane, because you went for a moment there, I was saying if I'm City, I'm targeting that right hand side. He's been doing the dad running across the road, across the
I know,
road
I
run.
agree. I
He
agree.
got he was stuck in the mud. He thought he was back in primary school, Shane, playing stuck in the mud. Do you remember that one, stuck in the
Of
mud?
course.
He's just stuck in the mud with that one. This guy, primary school, Luke Shaw, ridiculous guy,
I'm
man.
not.
Primary school.
I'm disappointed in Luke Shaw because he's one of the experienced players in that five who's played in a Manchester derby. I don't know if Dorgu has. I don't know if Euro has, but he definitely has. So I'm a bit like the expectations for someone like him. He understands the game. He's played in a few of these, so he understands it. That was
He said
good
at the
play.
start of the season all the stragglers are gone, Shane, and he's the one straggling. And while
Yeah.
you were
Oh
gone
yeah, I
as
remember when
well,
he said something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the actual terminology, but I remember when he said that. Yeah.
yeah,
Shaw just isn't at the level anymore. Bro, I don't think Shaw's ever been an elite player. I think right now we have to accept where we are as a team. And where we are as a team is what? We're at best bottom half of the top bottom half of the top 10.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't think I don't know how much Premier League teams does Luke Shaw get into right now.
That's a great point, Shane. That's a great point. Where like how many teams does Luke Shaw really get into? People like to rate Luke Shaw, remember him and who he was 10 years ago. But he ain't the guy. He hasn't got remember Luke Shaw used to be rapid. That speed has gone. That speed has gone. He's
And
just
I just
living off
I know this
vibes.
and I also feel like his drive's gone. Now
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
now now we're getting penned in and it's looking quite embarrassing. Like not embarrassing because it's early, but it's looking like we're struggling right now. We just kind of have to ride the wave because they got us under some serious pressure.
Yeah, we've got them on mine. We've got them at the pitch a little bit, but it looks like we took a punch to the gut. Do you know what I mean? And we just kind of catch
You
our
concede
wind
the
a bit.
softest goals. Yeah, I think that was like that from last season though. I'm not even saying elite. He isn't a regular Premier League
Oh,
standard.
God.
Is it 2-0?
Oh. No. It's not 2-0. It's not 2-0. It'll flash up in a minute though. So we get caught a lot of, when it, because you'll see we get caught in a lot of these second runs, like second runners.
I can't
So that,
lie, yeah. Doku's causing this team trouble, bro. Doc, Doku's true causing because this is down the left hand side. The first goal is
yeah,
down the right hand side. This guy's just causing us teams trouble. Like when he
yeah.
gets any player 1v1, like these are the times where you need like a prime Wan-Bissaka or something, like someone who can just play 1v1 with him because this is quite like this isn't great.
Yeah, yeah. When you were gone, Shane, I was saying, I think this is like that goal. These are the moments that are costing Amarin. Like we was in a good spot up to that point. If you remember when Ten Hag went, it was the loss away at West Ham. I think we had a VAR goal against us that shouldn't have stood. But again, another cut. I feel like it was Maguire made a mistake, and these cost managers because at the end of the day, like we are saying about Liverpool and their last minute scabby wins, like when we lose games, the board aren't going, "Oh yeah, but it's a VAR. It was
Or
should have
yeah,
got
they're
this."
just looking at results. It's a results
That's it.
based business.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing they're looking at. So
They're
it
not
just
playing
costs
bad this
us.
game, but I don't think. Sometimes I think performance is one thing, but there also has to be results to your performance. And I think just like we saw in the Arsenal game, I don't think we played bad in the Arsenal game, but we didn't get the result.
Oh, you always had a nightmare there. You always had an absolute nightmare. Oof. Yeah, yeah. This has been the problem with United for a decade, though, Shane. I think at least. You know that bounce. Hate the term actually, but you know the bounce back ability where like you get a goal down, like particularly the last 2 3 years, and like heads just go down and people just quit on the pitch.
But you know what though? One thing I'll say in recent times, specifically this season, is that I've seen United actually start to play better when we're losing. You
That's
think
true.
about you think about when we went a goal down against Arsenal. That second half we actually played good football. You think
Yeah,
about when we went 2 goals down against Grimsby. I know it's Grimsby. We were losing against Bournemouth. It's the same thing, innit?
it's true. It's true.
A team like Bournemouth, the man said Brixton. would even wouldn't even take short. I said Brixton. I think he meant Brighton.
Yeah. Brixton. What's Brixton's team? Oh, Lambeth Tigers, isn't it? Lambeth Tigers. He's saying Lambeth Tigers won't have Luke Shaw. It's interesting. I think these are the games as well where he's had a good start to the season, but not having Mount on the pitch at the moment. Like Mount would have kept the intensity. Like Mount's an engine, isn't he? Keeps things ticking over nicely.
For me, I just can't wait till we start to play a three in the midfield because when we play a three in the midfield, it allows us to play a Casemiro Mount Bruno or Casemiro Mainu Mount or whatever. Because for me, I just feel like playing the double pivot is just not working. It doesn't allow us to transition well. It doesn't allow us to bridge the gap between our attack and our defense. It doesn't allow us to break down teams unless we break them higher down the pitch. It doesn't allow us to actually control games. If we're winning a game, playing a double pivot's even worse because now you got three players higher up the field, and once you beat
Ah, I understand, Shane. I disagree in theory, but I think with the double pivot that we've got, I agree if that makes sense. I think it can, but I think with the two that we play,
that was a
or that
poor pass from
in
what's it called?
Burma,
And Boyman.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause I also don't know why he went. This is another thing where I'm talking about our attackers are free, don't play to cohe like play together. Because I just feel like when you look at the strengths of our attackers, they don't work. They don't work together. They don't. They
Yeah.
don't. They don't work. I don't know what they're trying to do as a three. You know, like remember when you think about like SAS.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Shane, wait till you see it, mate. He was off. He was off.
Oh my god, that was embarrassing.
He was off. He was off.
Um,
Shane, I'll be back in
Ahmad
1 second.
says Foden causing a lot of problems in the midfield, but Foden drops into pockets. They already got a working system of three players. So when you got that four, and then you got players who are willing to run in behind like Haaland, and you got someone who's willing to run on the ball like Doku, it's gonna cause you problems. And I just feel like when you've got in the defensive positions only two players who's literally protecting your back line, I just don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's good enough because you got players like Foden dropping into pockets. You got players like Rodri trying to bring the ball forward. Obviously, Bernardo Silva's going to play in interchange. So is Ryan. So I'm thinking there's going to be times where there's four in the middle versus two of our players, or maybe even one. We don't have a midfield to be really good and up front three. But I also think the front three don't work as as a unit together. I also feel like that's the problem as well. Let's keep the likes pumping. Let's keep the likes pumping. We're at 14 likes. I need 11 more likes between now and the end of the game. Can we get to can we get to 25 likes?
You know what? We're not dominating them, but we haven't rolled over. I'll say that much. We haven't rolled over, which is good.
I'm not judging that by that. I'm not judging United by that standard because it's a derby. If you're rolling over in a derby, then there's real big questions, isn't it?
But we have done. We would have done like under Ten Hag, 100%. I think we would have done.
I think under Ten Hag there was definitely a lot of downing tools. I don't
Yeah.
think with Ruben they've down tools yet, but I just feel like there's gonna come a time. You might disagree, but there's gonna come a time where the players will start questioning the system. They might not question the manager, but when they start seeing that they're playing out of position and they're not actually getting
Shane,
played.
Shane, I'm so sorry. What's this throwing in a minute, mate? What's this throwing in a minute? A City player.
Yeah, yeah, I'm right here, I'm right here.
There's no way they're letting him throw that again, you know. There's no way. They gave him the throwing back, Shane.
Raw.
Nah, that's that. Am I bugging? That should be our ball, right? You just.
I guess the ball never went onto the pitch.
Oh, these guys. So I watched the interview. Amron did another interview today, and they're
Yeah, I
asking
saw
about
that.
the. Did you watch the whole thing? Because he talked about being he's a better coach now because he's more adaptable. So let's see what adaptations he makes. That's the biggest thing. What adaptations
He
does he
doesn't
make?
make adaptations to the formation. That was good play from Sesko.
Well, hopefully he does. That's what I mean. Like it's okay at the moment, but what's going to happen come 70 minutes? That's what I want to know. What's going to happen if it's like this in 70 minutes, or if they score again? What's he going to do differently?
And Buemo is left-footed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't understand why we play Mbuemo on the right. I just don't understand why we don't play him on the left.
They want him inverted, don't they? Do you know what, Shane? I think we've been fine. You know, I don't think City had another 5 minutes, and then we've had another 5+ minutes of the ball here. I don't think. I don't think we've been the worst team. I think it's been pretty 50-50, to be honest.
But we're losing, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I know.
He ain't making no adaptations. Just bear chat. Trust me. This guy's a wait. Who said that? Himanshu. Bro, I didn't even know you don't talk like that.
That was good from Cisco.
I think Sesko suffering in this system. I'll be honest with you. That's a good run from Sesko though.
It's nice, isn't it? I think he did well there. Won a
Did he get a
corner.
corner out of that?
He best. What? Oh, did they call it offside? Oh, they called it handball. I don't think that was a hand. Hmm. Bruno. Hey, if it works, it works. Oh, ref. Nah, we've been all right, you know. We've been all right. You
What
see,
Bruno done there is mad.
I know. It worked. It worked though.
Yeah. It was always gonna be a tough game going to the Etihad, so I didn't expect us to win the game within that short space of time. But
Yeah. But Shane, it's another game where if there isn't an obvious mistake, like a big mistake, then we're drawing. Do you know what I mean? Like the Arsenal game.
you have to ask yourself, what are those errors down to? Obviously, individual errors, like a lot of the time, it's goalkeeper mistakes or whoever. But
The only thing you can say about the Luke Shaw thing for the manager is that he selected Shaw over over Heaven. That's the only thing I think you could really hold him accountable for. Oof.
City are switching off. They need to kick on and get a equalizer. Trust me, I agree.
Good press. Good press. Come on. Football's going down the toilet, you know, Shane. That's not a foul. Like, you can't even look at someone at the moment. Rodri just got taken off the ball, challenged off the ball. Yeah, don't show replay because you know show replay would be embarrassing for him.
You
That's
know,
not a foul.
I'm past the free kick. I just saw the Roger just get tackled, but the the cross from Bruno Fernandes was horrible.
Yeah. It would have been all right if it was a yard further. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it as the person at the front post to flick it by. Um, but we're quite big now as well with Sesko and Mbermo. We've got a few big players in there now. Like, it wouldn't be the
They
worst.
scored a quality goal. I didn't see a mistake. Well, I saw Luke Shaw sell himself. I think when Cunha returns, Shaw is dropped and Lamens comes into the team, will get better. I don't think it's individuals, or sometimes I just think it's. I also feel like a lot of, because it's not like other individuals are working in the system either.
I think others are. I think for even though his production, like Mbermo is getting in the right positions, Cunha was getting in the right positions. I think there are some stuff, the defense, other than those mistakes. Ahmad, that's definitely unsure. Like I said at the time, you're playing stuck in the mud. Where you get tags, you have to wait and have your feet stuck in the mud till someone puts their foot between your feet. He was lost then. He's standing around watching. That was defo a Luke Shaw mistake for me anyway.
Yeah, of course. Because even in those situations, you gotta engage your, like, you can't just. He literally just stood in no man's land. He didn't go. He didn't stay. He didn't do anything.
Foul him if you have to. It was outside. That's a great ball, and that's what Shaw does. Though he's had a couple of nice pings. Shaw and Buemo has been in the right places and making the wrong decisions at the moment, which is a positive that he's in the game, but it's a negative that he's Mazraoui dispossessed. Oof, that's better from Luke Shaw. He does. Luke Shaw does play like he's playing Sunday League over 35s though, Shane. That's how he plays now. He he does, doesn't he? Like he does the little taps and the pings around. He plays like he wants to talk about the price of swimming lessons for his kids, man. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how he plays. That's how he is.
I don't. Bruno Fernandez just a spam merchant. Not saying we should sack Amrin, but if he goes, who do you guys see us replacing him with? That's the biggest problem.
There's
I
no
don't
one.
actually see a direct replacement right now.
There's no one. There's no one. There's no one. And that was the problem when they hired Amram. So like Barada wanted Amram because he was supposed to replace Pep at City and all that different stuff. And he's a bit of a, I don't know what the term is, but a bit of a fancy signing. But if you remember the names being banding around at the time, it was like Southgate and people like that. There's no one
Yeah,
out
I
there.
remember that.
There's no one out there. There's no one out there.
You think about. I mean, everybody always talks about like the Zerbi, but
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'd like Eddie Howe. I would like Eddie Howe. I rate Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe's not leaving Newcastle. Why would he leave
Nah,
Newcastle?
nah, never, never leave him. Or he'll leave one day, obviously, but he's not leaving Newcastle for Manchester United at the moment.
Never.
And that's as much as Newcastle were having locked into contracts and like the money thing. Like United can't say we'll pay you because Newcastle will just say we'll pay you more than, isn't it? So what is Luke Shaw doing now? He's right centre back at the moment, Luke Shaw. I'm just worried about are we okay, we're fine. I was
I
just counting the
want
numbers in
Amarin
the
to stay because we'll end up with Gareth Southgate. I'll take Glasner. I still want to see more from Glasner before I say that.
I'm with you as well, Shane. I agree. I agree. It's the same thing as like United playing up for games like this in the Arsenal game. It's
It
United, isn't
just
it?
it just reminds me of when
Moyes,
Chelsea signed Potter.
Potter. Yeah,
Like he looked good with Brighton, but he also took over a really good like system. You know, he had really good players, and then when he went to Chelsea, is a completely different dynamic. You know, for me, you look at what Frank's doing at Spurs. He's got them playing good football, but I feel like Frank's done a good job at Spurs because again he's taken over a team that stylistically was quite similar. Glasner doesn't even play the same football as Amrin. So you end up like a Forest where you get rid of Nuno and you bring in Ange Postecoglou. You're like, bro, what that's two completely different style of managers.
I think he does play a 3-4-3 though. I just don't think it's necessarily
Who
directly the
Glasner?
same. Yeah, I think so.
No, but Glasner doesn't play. Glasner doesn't play with a front three the way we play with a front three.
Yeah, it's different, but he plays a 3-4-3 though, doesn't he? Same formation, but different. Oh,
There is just a lack of quality in the front, in the midfield and the attack. Or in possession, there's a lack of quality. Period. And I
yeah,
saw the same lack of quality against Arsenal.
yeah. I've got my opinion on halftime subs, but let's get to halftime first. I think I know what I
I
would
would.
do personally.
I don't
But
think I would make a substitution. To be honest with you, I wish we took Eddie Howe and Klopp when he was available. I mean Eddie Howe maybe. Also James Ratcliffe and Ineos was dumb. I'd have preferred the Qatar owner.
yeah,
Honestly, I don't know. I honestly I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
it would have got us out of a lot of the situations we're in, though, Shane. Like with the debt and managing this wage structure stuff and yada yada. All
Three
the
five three is 12 players. Just to let you know. Still, you mean 3-4-5-2? Because he said 3-5-3. Oh, 3-4-3. Yeah, that's what Lex was saying. But I don't. He doesn't play a 3-4-3 in the same way.
it's some good pressure here. I'm with you 100%, Shane. I think we've been good, but we just lack just that little bit of quality, that little like it's easy to say because he just scored a penalty winner. People are getting on to Salah about he disappears and stuff. We just don't have that player where or Haaland in this game where you're like, you know what, he's gonna get a goal. Do you know what I mean? We don't have that guy where you're like,
No, but
yeah,
for me, I want to see. I want to see that with the small things. I want to see that when Mbeumo gets the ball and he's making the right decisions, or Diallo's making the right decisions. Even if, even if you miss, make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
It's just the
yeah.
fact that in the final third, I just feel like we just make the wrong decisions. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are. Let me see how many likes here right now.
Shane, I reckon they're just trying to replay the goal. Yoro was watching a little bit then as well. Yoro was watching. He was ball watching a little bit.
114 likes. Let's see if we can get to 20. I'm not gonna lie though, as soon as this live's over, I'm trying to get some sleep.
Defending well so far. I'm watching the off the ball defending. The off the ball defending is really good. The way they're
I think
switching.
we've limited City a lot. I think we've done
Yeah,
well limiting City. I just think our overall quality has been poor, and I think it starts from the midfield and go and then translates into the attack. There's just
I
a
think so
lack of
too.
quality.
Yeah,
Poor decisions in the final third. Poor decisions and I just also feel like a lot of players hide. Like a lot of players don't show for the ball. A lot
here
of
we go.
players, huh?
Or maybe not. Oh, no, no. I thought a ball was the trajectory of the ball got me on the TV. Still decent.
Xerxes might make the difference here. I would put an extra man in midfield, but we ain't gonna do that. It's just not gonna happen. So,
Mm.
are you before the corner? Or are you at the corner?
I'm at the corner. I'm on 44.707 now. Have a look. What's going on? That should be a penalty then. This is what they've been talking about, right? That's a penalty. They've given one before. That's a penalty. When the ball comes over, that's what it should be. I guess it's
That's not
because the
gonna be
ball
a. That's not gonna be a penalty though.
the ball wasn't in play. They've been giving him in the league this year. Get your hands off him. Get your hands off him. That's good keeping by Donnarumma, that is. At some point, you've got to book someone, ref. At some point, you've got to book one of them. I think Dorgu's been our best player this half.
I think Dogu's been one of our best players all season.
Yeah, yeah,
He just tries. He just tries to make a difference.
yeah. He's going to be big in the future. Touch wood with injuries and all that stuff. Like, he's only 21.
He tries to make things happen, and I actually think like Dogu's one of the few players who actually suit this system. He goes
Yeah, yeah.
out wide and he tries to get the ball into the box. He can't cross that well, but he does stretch a team, and he's aggressive. You know, I don't really see him get beaten by his defensively. His position is really good, but he's very dynamic. I'm a fan of Dogu. I won't lie to you. And I actually will be honest, I'm actually a fan of if there's anything I would say is Amarin's made good transfers. Like a lot of
Yeah.
his transfers I would have actually brought in as well.
Mm,
But I just feel like we're still trying to cram players into this system and make it work. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I might said, where's the yellow card?
100%. So you at half time now, Shane, yeah?
Yeah.
So for me, I think a couple of things need to happen. I think I would take Shaw off and I would push Mazraoui into right centre back, put Euro left centre back, move Ahmad to that right wing back. And I think you've either got to make a choice. You either put Bruno in that 10 and move him up, with Cass replacing him behind, um, or you put Xerxes on because we need a little bit more creativity. I think Cass could pass between the line. In fact, that Cass is our best
I would
player
probably
passing
bring
between the
I'd
lines.
probably bring Casemiro on later on in the half because I still think that second half, City's gonna start. They're not gonna start on the back foot. At some stage, they're gonna try and consolidate, and that's when you bring on Casemiro for the extra quality. If there's
Yeah.
anything that I would be looking to do right now, is I'd probably be looking to get Ahmad and Mbuemo switching wings.
Okay.
I just feel like I want to see Ahmad 1v1 um and cutting in and trying to shoot, whereas it looks like Mbuemo's taking him on the outside and looking to try and whip crosses in, and he's done a few poor crosses or taken a few shots on his right. Where I'm like, if he can play on the left hand side, we're playing more towards his strengths. I don't know though. I don't know. And I also feel like with Matswari, his role in this game is just to defend. So if his
Yeah,
role is just to defend, I want my winger to play as a winger. And I think Mbuemo at times is playing a bit like a striker, and he's not really stretching the team. So if he's on the other side where he's got Dorgu who's overlapping, then it makes sense. But where you've got Dorgu and Diallo on the same side, I just feel like they both cancel out each other out.
yeah, yeah. I don't think he'll make a change, by the way. I think he'll leave it as it is for now. Um,
I'd probably say you're right.
yeah, yeah. So what are the comments saying in the chat? What do you guys think? What would you want to see second half, or what needs to change? What was going well in the
Well,
first half?
someone says Xerxes might have to come on. Um, I don't know. I mean, I
Xerxes
do.
70 minutes for me, right? Xerxes a 70 minutes, 75 minute sub for me. For Sesko, I think Xerxes for Sesko at 70 is the sub.
I can't see how Sesko's gonna get goals in this system. I'm not gonna lie.
I think when we've controlled the games a bit more, he's going to be more likely to be able to get a goal. But at the moment, it's almost back to Ollie football, isn't it? Where no, that's not fair. That's not fair. But I want to see the possession stats at the half, but I feel like we're pretty much there with it. But a lot of the goals look like they're in transition, or the chances to score in transition. He had one himself, but that's not really his style of play, is it?
No, not at all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what offensively he looks to do. Because I think everybody just does what they do. It's just like a freestyle thing. And we know one of the substitutions is if at 80 minutes we're 1-0 down, he's bringing on Maguire. That's one substitution we definitely know.
Sky are taking forever to get through their commercials. I just want to see the halftime stats. Trying to sell the new Audi.
I am so thirsty and tired.
So I didn't see the fight, Shane, and you got. I know some of you guys in the comments. I saw the result, and people were saying it seemed like people saying a bit of a masterclass from Crawford. Was he that good?
Yeah, it was a absolute demolition job. Crawford got the fight tactics and game plan punch perfect. He exceeded all expectations in terms of I thought he was gonna win. I just didn't think he was gonna win at that style. And he proved to me so much. An amazing performance, one of the great performances of this generation.
So because I follow loosely, is Canelo on the down from where his
I
prime,
mean,
or because
Kenyon's been in that situation for a while, so yeah, I'd probably say so. We need creativity. We've been needing creativity. I'll be honest with you, and I feel like our most creative player is having to play a role that I don't necessarily think suits him. 1 second, Lex.
all good. I'm just watching the goal back here. Shaw gets left. There's an argument. I don't know if Ugarte can do much more there. I don't know if Ugarte can do much more there. Could he have put the boot in earlier? Were they watching slightly earlier? Was there a little bit of watching going on there? I'd love to know what Roy Keane's saying. I think he's saying there's two of them, and someone's got to go and get him. I think that's what he's saying about Ugarte. Just by his hand gestures, he's doing this. So it looks like he's saying there's two of them. One's got to go across and get him. See what Mika Richards is saying. What are they looking at now? Man City chances. It was the first chance at the very beginning of the game for Haaland. Bit of ping pong ball. They're showing that now. Just want the match stats so far, to be honest with you. Yeah, a bit of ping pong all around the place. Flashed it across. Any more big Man City chances? What's this chance of showing? Doku down the left. Yeah, that was one where he stood Euro up, passed it across. I can't see who that was. Is that Silva? Might be Rodrigo. Straight at the keeper. They're the only two real chances. So United have done a good job limiting them to two chances. Are we going to talk about Manchester United chances? Nah. See, this is the problem with Sky, and that's why I don't watch Sky. Like, yeah, they just got their agenda and bias. Let's not pretend that United didn't have a couple of good chances on goal. Yeah, that's quite poor from Sky. That's quite poor from Sky. I think they showed a shot across the box from Haaland and a cutback that's straight at the keeper. But there was a couple of chances from United which were the same. Sesko from about 20 yards out. Got probably the best save of the game actually out of Donnarumma. And Bremer, a couple of shots on target as well, a couple of shots wide. That's what the story should be: is Manchester United's missed opportunities as much as City's one or two chances. I think very much United are a little bit unlucky to be going. A little bit unlucky, I think, is the more I keep thinking about it. It's definitely unlucky to be going in behind at the break. Don't deserve any more than that. But if the score was 1-0 Manchester United, I think it'd be very similar for City. So for me, it's been quite an even game, um, and even with chances as well. But just that those momentary lapses or those momentary mistakes, and like Shane was saying before he left, um, just chance creation in the final third. I think that's the biggest thing. I wonder if I can see. I can't see your comments, guys. I wonder if I can change it so I can see your comments. It's not going to let me. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you're joining us at halftime. Shane's gonna be back in a moment. He's had 7 hours of streaming today and streaming last night as well for the classic from Crawford, who defeated Canelo, which I didn't get to see. I was avoiding it all morning, guys. I got to 1 o'clock, had some household chores to do, checked the WhatsApp to talk to the other half. Thought, oh, I'll go on Instagram. Like, no one's messaged me about it. I went into my professional Instagram and someone put it on their story, so I was like, "Oh man!" So I just double checked what happened, and yeah, class performance from Crawford, um, king of boxing, so it seems. We've got the second half is pending imminently. Should be kicking back off in the next 2 minutes. Hopefully, I don't think we'll see any Manchester United changes. Might be a little bit early for Manchester United changes. Maybe for me, if we are how we are at the moment, he needs to look about 60, 65 minutes. Will it be time to bring Casemiro on for Agate, maybe? A little bit more creativity. Can we get Bruno further forward at the pitch? Because at the moment, he's acting like a conductor, like in between. So he's not as noticeable he's not doing Bruno things when he's this far back. And I think obviously if we had a Baleba who give him the freedom to go off and do Bruno things with the front two as well, it'd be a little bit better. Will we see any adaptation from Ruben Amorim? Um, I think the system works. Shane doesn't think the system works. I think it takes time. It's going to take him about another month. It should take him to really be flying with it. But you see it improving. At the same time, I do think a 4-3-3 would also be a really good adaptation, because if you had Manu as well, Casemiro, Manu with Bruno just in front, and then you put Mbeumo on the left, Ahmad on the right, or vice versa with Sesko at top, I think a 4-3-3 on paper suits this squad a little bit better as well. So
Clinical performance, Ahmad said. Sorry for jumping off. It
you're
says
good.
just Google the stats. Bro, does Jolian get Les Scott have a wig on his hair?
I'll
Recovery
be
is
back, Shane.
insane.
I'll be back.
Alright, cool. Do your thing, bro. Um, yeah. I don't know what Lex was saying in that time. I just went off. But for me, it's a lot more of the same. Like a lot of what the problems a lot of the things we were saying against Arsenal are the things we were saying against City, in a sense that we've had good spells in the game, individual mistake which caused us to concede, and lack of quality in the final third. I think those are the things that's caused us problems. And I think you can't question the team for lack of intensity, And I can't even say you can question the team because I think the team's following the manager's instructions. I just think you got to question the team in terms of the fact that I don't feel like there's a clear desire to play towards scoring goals. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's a lack of creativity within this team, and we don't really l- look like scoring in this game. I don't know. I could be wrong though. Um, I could definitely be wrong. You man, hit the like button on your way in if you're coming in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. A quick advert. We will be dropping some OnlyFacts extra content tomorrow. Um, OnlyFacts extra content and some OnlyFacts extra content and yeah, the OnlyFacts sports podcast. So yeah, that'll be out this week. Not gonna lie, lads, I'm a City fan, but I ain't gonna go full on hatred, bro. I'll keep it real. You can if you want, innit? Bro, at the end of the day, this is football, innit? And we're football fans. So you can say what you want, it's your opinion. I feel like sometimes as a fan myself, I'm gonna criticize I'm gonna let me just remove Lex from the thing quick. As a fan myself, I'm gonna criticize my team more than even other fans will criticize United. And I think that's what has to happen, to be honest with you. And if you're a fan and you wanna banter, bro, that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were losing, I would probably banter you. Still, I can't cut. We've been live for about an hour and 30 minutes. I still want as much likes as possible. The aim is 25 likes. I don't think we're gonna get it. So can we get to 20? I'll be happy if we can get to 20. We never know though. Ghostface says it's ridiculous that Foden always shows up during these games and that midfield is once again just a field. So let me add Lex back to the show. Is once again just a field of cows on laxative. Bro.
No changes by the looks of it.
We need to sign a quality CM, someone like, bro. I genuinely feel like we need to just play. We got midfielders who can play football, bro. I just don't think. I feel like you put anyone in that midfield, they're gonna struggle to. We're gonna struggle to find the right balance, And then it's not transferable anyway because let's say you find a perfect double pivot. If you then, if you then let's say get rid of Amarin and then you then another manager wants to play a free, then what do you do then? It's quite difficult to do. For me, I just feel like as Lex was alluding to earlier at the beginning of the live, there has to be some versatility to your. If you want to keep Amarin in, that we can all agree that you can't brush every team with the same, like you can't paint every team with the same brush. There's got to be some versatility to the way you play football. And Lex,
Mm.
you coach at a high level and you watch every game that Man United play. I don't feel like he plays Man City different to how he plays Bournemouth in terms of his approach. I don't feel like he takes into consideration the weaknesses of his opposition and say, okay, this is the system I'm gonna play. I don't know. You could be you might see something I ain't seen.
No, I agree. I think he shows some so like he adapts in his system, but he doesn't adapt the system if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he'll make changes and try and look for weaknesses in that system, which actually in the high level coaching you can't. You have to have your way and you have to stick with it. So I do understand what you're saying with that. When you went for a moment, I was saying, in fact, just before that about the midfielder thing, I was talking to someone about it today about Fred and McTominay, who are both actually more. Well, Fred's more of an 8, but McTominay's a 10. And when you play the three in the middle, because our recruitment's been so bad the last decade of getting centre midfielders that remember Ollie was playing McFred there, and it's almost like I agree, Shane. And then at the same time, I'm like, but we can't go back to a McFred situation where we're just overloading the middle because we don't have the right people. So it's a recruitment thing as well. But then at the same time, we're doing a weird kickoff, by the way, Shane. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know what we're doing here. We've overloaded one side for kickoff. Um, it looks like rugby.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going for this, boy.
This looks like
This,
some rugby thing. What are we doing here?
I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on here.
um, but what I was saying about the formation stuff before Shane, like I think at some point, well, even if he starts in his normal formation, does he get to 70 minutes in a game? It might not be this game or 65. And does he go 4-4-2 because 4-3-3? Because if you look at the back five is easy to look with the goalkeeper. But if you can then have a Menu, Casemiro, Bruno in a 10, and then you can have Ahmad, and Burmo and Sesko, that fits really well. And actually, man
That
for
that
man,
that's
people
the
coming
that's
on.
the team. That's the team that I would play because when you think about it, when you bring in Mount and Mainu could be interchangeable,
Hmm.
depending on the team that you're playing. Depending on the team that you're playing, Agate and Casemiro could be interchangeable. Bruno's gonna play regardless, but I feel like when at least having that in your ability to play a free will at
Yeah, I think
least
so.
make the team have to think about something else.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now, as long as the team puts is willing to have a man in their front three that's willing to drop in the middle and a man in their defense that's willing to drop in the middle, we're gonna get outrun. We're gonna get outrun.
I think the thing with Amron's
That
system,
that that actually was good play.
it
But
was
I
good.
don't know if you saw in the final third, Dogu just hit the ball like there was again. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody playing towards a certain system
There's no
because
second runner. There's no second runner.
I don't feel like I didn't feel like they were playing towards. Alright, cool. They were passing to the player available, but it wasn't like there was like this was something that was designed. It was just like something that they fell into.
So his system is about getting five players playing against that middle sort of four that there should be, with most teams double pivots and most teams centre backs. And I see it happening at times. I do see it happening at times. I just
But
ooh.
that's talking about when we don't. That's talking about when we don't have the ball. I'm talking about when we have the ball. When we
Shane, we're
have
not
the
having it here, by the way. We're playing like this. We've come out like a house on fire here. This is what we want to see.
This is two times we've seen the ball go out wide to Dorgu and the delivery again.
Oh, he's gonna hit that. No, he's not. Oh gosh, should have done. You know, he got City pimp. Oh, don't go all the way back there, Agate. He's gone back to the Binder. It's a determined start by Manchester United. I was
For
saying as
me,
well when you're gone, implemented a system with this, and this is where again I hold the owners, not Ineos by the way, I hold the owners responsible because I think Ineos have been put in a certain situation where they're managing weekly wages or like yearly salary, so to speak, and they're managing budget. So like getting Sesko in late, getting this player in late, not getting centre midfielders to
but
to
I
really.
also feel like, do you know what I'm also seeing? Whereas we used to see Bruno be our most creative player high up the field, we're now seeing Bruno as almost like a quarterback.
That's what I was saying when you were gone. He's become like a link player more than what he was before.
Like
But
he's almost like a quarterback or like an old school Perlo, where he
yeah,
sits in
yeah.
front of the defense, he picks up the ball and just looks for passes out wide, and he just looks for passes out the. And I get it, but then when the ball goes out wide, there's just a lack of quality. There's a lack of cohesion as a team. Dogu goes out wide and he just fires a crossing, but I don't think we make runs as a players into the box. We don't make we don't try and find the right plays when we cross the ball, and the final ball is always poor. Like there doesn't seem to be like enough of a cohesion within the team. I low key thought Lamers was gonna start. No, definitely not. We've
I
had
think
a
I think that's November, Shane. We've got like because to implement that system, that's why sometimes it looks okay, sometimes it looks bitty. It takes about a month to 5 weeks to get there. So I'm thinking a month to 5 weeks by November, starting November, that should be sorted. On the Bruno thing as well, by the way, I think that's Bruno's best position in 2028. Do you know what I mean? Like if we're competing, if it all works out and we're competing for a league and his legs are gone, then Bruno should be doing he should be back there doing that for 60, 70 minutes a game. Do you know what I mean? Not in 2025, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's not for him right now. I don't think anyway.
I also don't think that's it for him right now when you've got players like Sesko up front. I just
Oh,
don't think that should be the case.
mm. We're having a bit of a dear diary season so far. If this game carries on like this, like dear diary, we played better and we created lots of chances, but we didn't get the result. Because that's the way it looks like. It looks like we need
Facts. Did
some
y'all
sort of
see
like
Amarin comments about Manu? Clearly, I don't think he meant what he said. I don't know what he said.
about him. It must be on about him. Said that he rated him. I'm assuming that's what Ghostface means about him rating Manu, but Manu's not playing.
I don't think Manu suits a double pivot either.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. If you got Belieber and you can play like almost like a 4-1-2-3, and you have Mainu and Bruno or Mainu and whoever, like we look good. We just lacking, like you said, we're lacking that decisiveness, like the press, like they look switched on. Like we've just got the ball straight back. Like there's so many parts of it I can see that's working really well, but it's just the decision making. And like you said, some of it is kind of like we get to a position and they're just kind of like YOLO. I'm just gonna shoot, or I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
facts.
pass
It's just
here.
a
Like
freestyle thing.
yeah, but that comes
And I
through.
look, and I say this all the time, but when a team doesn't create the same chances, I always feel like that's an indication that the chance was by accident. We don't score the same type of goals.
So I think this is what I think, and the plug for my channel, like Lex F1, as an F1 YouTuber, with Formula One, the car has to be in the window, Shane. Yeah, like everything has to be perfect. Tire temperatures, aero setup, everything like the engine deployment, this, that, and the other. I think that's the issue with this system. You have to have the right players. Oh, you bandit! You have to have the right players performing in an absolute perfect window for it to work.
True.
And it's too small a window. That's my main thing. If you're not gonna be flexible, it's too small a window.
I mean, am I surprised by that goal? No.
I need to see it back. Whoever it was, Shane, he just bullied. Like Haaland needs a detention for bullying. Like
But
he might.
this is the thing though. This is what I'm talking about. They have quality in the final third. We've been a
Yeah.
better team in the second half, but they have quality in the final third that we just don't have.
Who got bullied? Who is that getting bullied? Don't tell me that's Luke Shaw getting bullied. It's bloody Luke Shaw getting bullied, isn't it? He's miles on, so I don't know why they're looking. It's Luke Shaw. He got bullied. It looked like he got bullied. Is it just a slow reaction? So Yoro's got turned too easily there. The Lit's ball watching, and Shaw has to react quicker.
But look at
Yeah,
that quality. Look at that quality from Foden and Dorku. Look at that
yeah.
quality. Look at that's a team that's playing towards a cohesive system. Look at the quality. That's quality. They're playing towards as a front three. You've got your front three of Foden, Dorku, and Haaland. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet. So when Dorku gets the ball, Haaland's already making a run. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you call a front three system that's working together. Again, the first goal is Dorku and Foden. Again, I'm like, when you see in a team work as a unit instead of individuals, you know that's a well operated system going forward. You don't see that from United. When was the last time we scored a goal where the front three is Like the only goals we score that I feel like is genuinely intentional and falls in line with the system is when Maguire's on the pitch. That's the only ones that I see because I can clearly see there's an intention and that intention has been followed, and then all of a sudden we score. But
It's
when
too
we
early
do
though,
score
Shane.
in open play,
Shane, it's too early though, bro. Because like the front three's better. In fact, with Cunha out, the ideal front three still hasn't played together yet. So I think it's too early to say that.
I don't.
Because
I don't think so because I feel like when you watch certain teams, it doesn't take that long for your attack to be synced. Because even this issue I was saying last
oh
season
god,
with a whole set of different front three.
oh gosh, oh my gosh, Euro, oh my, oh
This
my.
is embarrassing.
Oh, so those people who wanted layman's on, I think it might be time or maybe it isn't time to bring them into this actually, but that's
I
a
don't know how City didn't score. I don't know how City didn't score.
is bang average keeping. Yoro's had this has been Yoro's worst game. He's had two or three really bad moments. Yoro,
That
he
was
was at the
that was
goal.
that was also that was Delict who made that pass. That wasn't Euro.
No, Yoro taking the ball off by Inder and almost putting it straight back across.
No,
But if you
but
notice that actually the pass was Ugarte sent the lit down.
Agate gave Delict a hospital pass,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Delict kind of replied out of desperation. Then Euro had
The
no
lit jumped in the
confidence,
ambulance, bro. The lit jumped in the ambulance.
and then Euro had no confidence in his goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like, and then that is just some Chuckle Brothers defending right there.
Chuckle, that's the best that's the perfect term for it. That was Chuckle Brothers defending, mate. Absolute to me, to you, to me, to you. All
If you
with
rate him, give him time on the pitch for F's sake.
who?
Game over. Yeah, game is definitely over.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
that
yeah.
defense? If Manu doesn't play any time throughout this game or the next two, he's gonna start kicking off. For me, I wanted Manu to go out on loan.
Ah,
For F's sake, put Heaton on at this point. Nah, it's not gonna happen. We ain't
this
gonna
is
score a goal. We ain't gonna score a goal today. Trust me.
so we're in trouble now because we've got to go for the game, and that just means Man City can get us on the counter attack.
With Doku and Haaland. But this is what I'm saying, yeah. You know, Doku, Haaland, and Foden, they play as a system. They play as a team. We don't. I just don't see any cohesive um play. Just
These,
none.
these things take time, though, Shane. They don't take 2 weeks, mate.
Nah, bro. I don't. I honestly, I don't want to hear that because I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any growth in this department. This was an issue that I saw last season under Amarin. This was
It's
the
much
same
better than
issue
it
that.
was last season. It's statistically proven that it's a lot better than it
No,
was
it's not.
last
No,
season.
it's not. We're not
It is
creating the
statistically
same
proven.
chances. We're just creating more chances. That doesn't mean that
One
doesn't
more,
mean we're a
one
better
more.
team. We're just creating more chances because we have better players. But as a
I think you're
system, we
forgetting
aren't
how
creating the
bad.
same chances. If you create similar chances, then you know that that's a team thing. If you're creating chances just because you have better players, you have better players. That's just an individual thing. It's a freestyle
Oh,
thing.
get up, man. Come on. Uh,
You're
in
gonna create
Burma,
more because you got players like Embuemo and Cunha in your team. You're gonna create more. But if you're playing, if Embuemo's creating some goals, some chances from his individual moments or Cunha's individual moments or a great pass from Bruno or whatever, it doesn't seem like there's a system that's creating a consistent theme of chances. Which we're not that's not there. And I didn't see that last season either. How
so
do we as a team attack? What's
Shane,
our
Shane,
method of
let
scoring
me stop
goals?
you for a second, just because I know you're behind. That goal, I think Binder's got to do a lot better there. He's almost horizontal. He's got to go down with his chest up. I think if he goes down
No,
with his chest up,
I think that's a I just think that's a good finish.
Nah, what
Bro, you man
have
are
you seen the
dead.
slow mo of
Trust
it?
me. A few weeks ago, I said Manu to Villa on loan or something. I didn't hear you say that, but if you did, that would have been a good. We need to beat these man. Anyhow, we always struggle against them. Bro, I don't even know what to say from a Chelsea perspective. Still,
Oh, he's saying that they need to beat us next week. We got them next. We got them next week at Old Trafford.
you probably will. Still, I'm not even gonna lie. There's a That's a good tackle.
Who did Chelsea play this week? I can't remember Chelsea
They
playing this
played
weekend. Oh,
Brentford
they
and drew.
won.
No,
Oh,
they
did they?
drew.
Oh, they drew, did they? Okay.
Oh, was it? Who did they play? Brentford or Fulham? Who did they play? Brentford. Yeah, Brentford.
What was the score? I know João Pedro got me some fantasy points. That's all I know.
2-2. 2-2.
Where was it? At Brentford.
Yeah. Yeah. Buying there basically said, "Hear me. I am already on my arse, so yeah, might as well have the goal."
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was poor. He was almost horizontal. You go down, but you go down with your chest up.
I said when people were saying we're gonna win 3-2 and 2-1, I said I don't see how we score two goals. And to be honest with you, I don't see how we score one. Maybe
Yeah.
if we get a penalty, but I don't. We don't like. I don't even see the chances that we created in this game. Like I don't see the chances we created in this game. We had the ball in good areas. We've looked promising, but to say that we've created clear cut opportunities, it would be false. What the flip is that?
Oh, that's great keeping.
That is a great shot from Embuemo still.
Yeah, and a great save. That's a great save.
But that's a chance. How many times do we create chances like that? We don't create chances like that. To be fair, a lot of our chances come in from whipped crosses. But boy, I don't know. I don't know.
Mainu's on. Mainu's on.
He's coming off.
Mazraoui.
So he's going to four in the back.
Oh, Euro off as well for Harry Maguire.
He's going to four in the back.
Let's have a look then. Well,
He's
he's
gonna
gone and
put he's
yeah.
gonna put Dorgu left. Who's gonna play right back then?
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
No, I know. He's probably gonna put Ahmad at left wing at right wing back and play Manu in the 10.
But Mazraoui, okay.
He's gonna
But
put
then what
Ahmad at
happens?
right wing back and Manu in the 10.
So there's the push. What? So Ahmad right wing back pushes Bruno up. Mainu in the 10. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's an attacking sub, which is good.
Um Mac, shout out to Mac. Yeah, Brentford. We haven't beat you at OT in like 10 to 12 years. I don't even know when you last beat us. I can't lie. Yesterday finished me being napping all day. I ain't slept. I had an hour and a half sleep. Also, ain't no fucking way Hatton died straight after that legendary fight. I can't believe he died the same day as a Manchester derby. One, okay, two, maybe what the F said three. What I don't know what you're talking about, bro. That's why we signed on a rumor. People criticizing the dumbest shit for no reason.
I
Holy
wanted
crap,
Donnarumma
he's actually getting
bad.
time.
I wanted
Some
Donnarumma bad, Shane. I didn't care about the wages. That was one where I was like, you know what? Because his wages are astronomical apparently. But you know what? The one thing we needed, like I think we since Van der Sar, we've lacked a keeper. Not Van der Sar, since De Gea, obviously. Like the problem with Ronaldo and the later years of De Gea as well. You just for me, you don't have to be like Schmeichel back in the day. Just as long as you control your box
control your
and you
box.
because and stop the shots that you should stop. That's it. The rest of it, no silly mistakes. Control your box. Stop the shots that you should stop. De Gea's cat-like acrobatics in his prime, they're a bonus. but
We
just
play a
stop.
lot of low percentage football as well. Oh my days. We play a lot of low percentage football there as well. Because I feel like when we get the way we gave away the ball there, the literally just passed into an area. He didn't
Yeah,
pass to an actual player.
yeah. Mentally, the mentality's gone. I'm not sure what he can do from here. Really, I think the next sub will be
Oh, I
Xerxes for
just
Cisco.
seen that they did a minute silence for him pre-game. Yeah, facts. That's nice. Fair play by in there, and they're not gonna lie. I don't know. That was an easy save.
Oh, come on, lads.
I'm not gonna lie. For me, moving forward, I would actually start Maguire
Instead of
instead of Shaw. And I would play well, it's difficult because the way he wants to for me, I would play four at the back.
it's too
I would play
immobile.
four at
It's
the
too
back.
immobile. It's too immobile. I think if you're going to I think if you're gonna in his system, you got to put Mazraoui in there instead of Shaw. That's what I think I'd do. Mazraoui instead.
Maybe, maybe, but I just feel like when you look at Maguire's distribution, his distribution is better than everybody in our team. Like, look
Yeah.
at when he gets the ball, he looks to distribute it, and we're not just lumping the ball up the pitch. There's
Oh,
actually an in.
Ahmad. Sorry.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. The distribution of Maguire. Maguire
Yeah.
can actually distribute the ball.
See what
What
Ahmad
is that
does in a
man
minute.
doing? Jesus Christ! Who would you both say has played the worst for you today? And Mbeumo was bad. And I don't think he's been the worst though. I think Shaw's not had a great game. I think
What?
Euro's not had a great game. I think the Lick's not had a great game. I think Agate's not had a great game. I think Mbuemo's not had a great game. I think Ahmad's not had a great game. I'll be honest, I think the goalkeeper's not been great either. I would make the argument that other than Dorgu, and I don't think he's been great, but he's not been terrible. I don't think anybody's played that well.
Yeah, I agree. I think in Burma it's just been decision making, but he's been there. He's in the right
The
places.
thing
He's trying to make
why I'm
things
not
work.
worried
Yeah.
about Mbuemo is because Mbuemo, we signed him for this purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
If you Mbuemo, we signed him for the purpose of we knew he was a low percentage player in the sense that he was gonna try things. It's not gonna work all the time, but the fact that he's trying things,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
he's not gonna play it safe. We
yeah,
signed him
yeah,
for that
yeah.
purpose. So we can't be upset when it goes left because that's what we signed him for.
Yeah.
um it's the same, but it's the same thing you look at when you look at Agate. Whilst I don't rate Agate, we signed him for the purpose of what he does. Not great
Legs. That's
creatively,
it.
but he just
Yeah.
gives you legs.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. To answer the question about who's been the worst, I agree with Shane. I'd just say it as simple as this. I don't think there's been anyone outside of Dorgu who's a seven or above. I think everyone else is between a five and a six. Like you wouldn't say they've had a bad game, but you would be like they
I
was
would say
okay.
Luke Shaw's had would be like a 3 out of 10 still.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's been the worst, but the majority of them have just been okay.
I don't think
Like
the goalkeeper's been great either.
no, the second goal is a keeper error for me. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I said if we lose 4-0, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but what is going? I need to watch the replay. What was that defending, man?
But you can't
Just
lose the ball in that place. The way we lost the ball was poor.
who is that?
We,
Oh, we're in trouble. That's a Garte. That's a Garte in Shaw. It's a Garte in Shaw. It's
we
more
can't lose the.
Shaw. It's Shaw. Bloody idiot.
Is it sure you made the pass out?
I'm pretty certain they're only showing the finish
Yeah, it
now.
was
Nine.
sure. It's sure. It's sure. It's sure.
He's the next one who needs to not see the pitch again. Absolute imbecile.
You can make the argument Shaw's at fault for all three goals.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But what did we say? We said first half target Luke Shaw.
No, but that's not even. That's just. That wasn't even targeting. That's just basic football. They didn't
Yeah,
even do nothing there. That's just a. That's just his personal error mistake.
but they pressured him. So if I'm
That
playing,
defense needs to get in the bin. GG's over. You man are dusted. Watch us draw to you man next week. I'm not sure about that still. That's
no.
Maguire. Why is he not staying back? Because that I don't think he was brought on with that mindset. That's a new.
No, that's not Harry Maguire. That's 100. As soon as I need to see it again. They only showed that part once. But as soon as Luke Shaw went towards the ball, they pressured him. And if I'm playing in this game, if I'm playing in this game of football, and it's whatever minute it was, 60 minutes from half time, and if I'm Pep, I'm saying to someone, if Luke Shaw gets the ball, close down and snap on him, snap on him. Do you know what I mean? Snap on him
He's
straight
been
away.
so laboured this whole game.
And this is
He's
what's
been
going to cost the boss because it's three silly errors.
he's
These
been
aren't.
laboured the whole game. He's literally been, and I can't even say City's played that great. It's just when they've had the ball, they've just got that additional quality.
So, Shane, I'm going to remind you of something, right? Which I hate being reminded of myself. Luke Shaw reminds me. The last time I saw Luke Shaw play like this was when we lost 7-0 against Liverpool. And do you remember he
Liverpool.
was just spamming the ball? Like, one point he kicked the ball from 6 yards, like straight to, I don't know, I think it was Gakpo or someone like that. And I'm like, this guy's trolling. Like, he's playing like he was in that game, laboured, dad jogging around, careless with the ball. Like, I don't know whether he just thinks it's not worth it or I don't know. I don't know. He can't. He's got to. These idiots. They're not idiots. Fair play to them. They're cooking us. City fans are doing that Eastern European dance, just mocking it as well. Haaland's touched the ball 10 times in the whole game and scored 2 goals. Shane. No,
Oh
10,
yeah.
10, 10 touch, 5 touches in our box and scored 2 goals.
That Lex, what are you saying? Amarin in.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing's changed, mate.
I'm saying give him 2 more years. Stinky half. I'm not gonna say again. I'm not I'm not gonna keep talking about Amarin at this stage because I just feel like when they say you make your bed, you lie in it. Yeah, Amarin's gonna self-destruct, so I don't actually have to say Amarin out because I think Amarin's saying Amarin out.
I don't think it's been a stinky performance. I think it's been an average performance. I don't think it's been stinky. I think we matched City at every juncture except for three mistakes. We started. If you were
Well,
to
we
take
haven't created any chances. We've hardly
we've created
created any
we've been
chances.
this second half we've created 2 or 3 good chances. Great,
No,
not
we
great chances,
created
but good
we created
chances.
we created one good chance with Mbuemo. That's the only chance.
There was another one what went across the box where we had another strike as well. But I think the second half, if anything, would been more positive. I just think it's what
I
Shane said
think
in the first
80's
half is that
trolling still. 80 are definitely trolling.
what's he saying?
He's saying I'm Amarin in.
Probably, he probably is. But I think it's quite basic to look and blame the manager because it's the Groundhog thing Day thing I was saying with the Grimsby stream. Like when I was referencing earlier about Amran, not Amran, Ten Hag and the West Ham goals and stuff like that. It is results business. I think that's what will cost him. But how many people, how many managers are these Luke Shaw guys going to cost? This is my thing. Luke Shaw's out here in August going, all the stragglers or all the whatever he was saying are gone now. But you're the number one left, mate. You're the number one gone.
The,
You're the
the the
one.
the issue that you have is though, I don't even think the players that he signed have worked in his system either.
I think they're on it. I think they're on it. I think they've got good character. Even now, 3-0 down, like the Liverpool game, we would have ended up losing by 7. Um, he must be fuming about these silly. It's just three individual errors again. You
I don't
can't.
I don't look at it how you look at it, because for me, I still look at our team and we're still struggling to score goals. And I felt that was the situation last season as well. We scored 40 something goals last season.
You're right, and you can't go against stats. I think Cunha's a big loss in this game. I think he might
Yeah,
have
but
been
we
able to do
struggled to
something.
score goals with Cunha. Cunha ain't scored a goal this season.
But he's been in some. He should have scored at least a couple, mate. I
Yeah,
think.
but he hasn't. He hasn't scored.
Oh
So
Lord. Oh, you were almost prophet Shane. Then almost the prophet Shane. You almost should have been
oh my god.
let off. Absolute let
You know how
off.
bad, you know why that's so bad? Because he could have actually drawn that back for Dorky.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He could have got me some. Is that Reinder? He could have got
That's
me some
Ryan's,
fan.
yeah.
Yeah, he could have got me some fantasy points, man. I got the Haaland points. It's
He
time
could
for
have
a
drawn
sec.
that back for Dorky. Look at Dorky. Dorky's in space. Acres. Acres.
What are the comments saying, Shane?
Sorry.
No, he didn't apologise, bro. I just saw AT trolling, so I was like, "What's the what? Who else is chatting?
Yeah,
He goes, got AT troll."
I can't see I can see the potential. If you lost to team who isn't playing well 3-0, how can you say not a stinky performance? I think he's talking about it from an overall perspective, and I get what he's saying. It's a stinky result. I don't think he's trying to defend the result.
Yeah,
But
100%.
the performance on a whole, other than these isolated moments, because I don't think City's played that well. But we just lack so much quality, and they have quality in the final third that we don't have. I
That's
also
facts.
feel like when in you guys alluded to this at the beginning of the game, that we as a team should attack their defense. I don't think we've exposed their vulnerabilities defensively either. How many games do you think are left for Amarin at United? I don't know. That's a question I can't answer. Look what he did against Benfica, Porto, and teams there. Lol.
To
Who
answer the
says he can't
question,
do it in the Prem? No, Lex, nothing changes. If nothing changes, you man have barely gotten any better since he came in, and you've brought in bare man.
that's factually incorrect, though. That's factually incorrect, AT. To answer the question about how long has he got left, depending on our results, I think he'll get at least 33 games. I cannot see a world where they
I
move him.
honestly, unless we're in a situation where we're in a relegation battle
Yes,
again,
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't see him getting sacked.
Yeah, he's got the year, he's got the season.
They,
Unless
they,
it's
they've literally just given him a transfer window to sign his style of players. You can't then bring in another player as a manager for his style of plays. I personally didn't want Amarin in the first place. But once you're on this train, that's why I wanted Amarin out before the transfer window. Because once you give him this transfer window, and Lex was saying this last season, he was like, how many shit managers and shit players are you gonna put on top of each other? Then you're gonna have Amarin's players, Ten Hag players. You're gonna have all of these players
yeah,
still on top of each other. For me, once you've given him this transfer window, you have to stick with the train that you're on. You have to
yeah,
stick
yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah.
They missed two clear chances. Unless we're in like free fall and we're in a relegation battle, I can't see them getting rid of him still.
And
Two
they
seasons
shouldn't.
of this shit. That's what I see. That's what says it. For me, I don't know. Arteta finished eighth, second season back your manager, but Arteta still ain't won a trophy, or won a trophy since his first season. All jokes aside, though, this game was right off before, anyways. I think he might get sacked during the next international break. That's what Lex said. You said if we lost to Bournemouth, he was gonna get a P45.
Yeah, yeah, but with the Burnley game, but he got it. So I thought he might have walked, but I can't see them. Oh, okay, Manu decides going to show a little bit of quality there. Oh, come on, wrong pass, man. Let's not take it away from City. They've defended well today as well.
I just don't think we've attacked with any cohesion.
Manu was good there. It should have been back to Bruno. I don't know why he's gone across the
Can I
box. It
be
was back
honest
to
with you?
Bruno.
Can I be honest with you?
Go on, of
The
course.
the only attacking way I see us constantly doing is getting the ball out wide to Dorgu and Dorgu failing to cross. Because I actually feel like if Dorgu could actually cross, we would have had a few clear cut opportunities in this game. There's about Mbuemo in the first half as well. I think he had a few poor crosses in the box as well. The
Yeah,
final third
yeah,
has been terrible because if
yeah.
if 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 it is Amarin's idea to say get the ball out wide to
Oof.
our fullbacks, attack their fullbacks, and try and cross the ball into the box into our tall men, whether it's in Buemo or Sesko, we haven't done that today.
Xerxes
And
coming
the
on,
one time
Casemiro
the
coming
one
on.
time we did do that, we forced a good save from the Donnarumma. But we haven't put enough good crosses into the box. Nor Dorgu and Buemo or Diallo. We haven't done that. I can't lie. If that's our game plan to get the ball out wide and cross the ball into the box, we haven't put enough good crosses in the box. I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, the quality hasn't been good enough on the crosses in the box. I agree.
So I
I
wouldn't
mean, I mean,
feel too much.
teams are game planning for that as well. I think that they'd rather that we do that than try and play through the middle because they know they can defend against the crosses potentially. Maybe
We
United
definitely need to win next week in next game against Chelsea, bro. I don't know about that.
the next
Also,
four are
was
quite. The,
Ferguson that good as a manager? Bro, the stats don't lie. That the minute he leaves Man United just fall off.
it wasn't
Feel
just
bad for
Ferguson; it was
Sesko.
Gill going as well.
No chances created for him because I don't think we play with a system to create chances for him. I don't think that's the manager's game plan.
Well,
The
yeah,
manager doesn't set a system. Alright, cool. This is how Sesko's gonna score. I don't think that's part of the game plan. It's a freestyle thing. I think Sesko's had about 5 touches in this game, and most of them were headers.
I think he's had more headers than that. I think he's had about 20. But I get your point. He had the chance where they ruled it as a handball. Other than that, come on, lads, this is just.
Again, the ball out wide and just terrible ball into the box. It's just not good enough when the ball goes out wide. When we're crossing the ball into the box, you got 4 or 5 players who can jump. You got the
Oof.
likes of Embuemo, who's not he's decent in the air. You got Sesko, you got Xerxes, but we still can't get the ball into the box. I don't get this. What the fuck was that?
That was good. Oh, that was a good effort, man. That was close.
Ooh. But that's what I was saying. Embuemo plays low percentage football.
He's a baller, man. I rate him. You know, do you know what I rate as well? His mentality that he's like you can see, and Burmo is fuming right now at himself at the result. Like he's just and they're the sort of characters that we need. We just
I
got to
agree with
get
that. I
these
agree with
new,
that.
yeah, Luke Shaw players. We need to get rid of these guys. Like the thing is, the culture and the way the team's been, Luke Shaw's been a part of this team and a part of the issue at its lowest. So this is normal for Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? This is normal. Like this is standard
You
practice for
remember
Luke
last
Shaw.
year, at least we created a lot of chances for Rasmus. He missed a lot. That's true.
I I don't think Rasmus got a lot of chances last year.
He did miss a lot of chances that he did get though.
He missed the
He's
chances that he got, but I don't think we created loads of chances for him.
he's had more chances than what Sesko's got. Sesko hasn't had one clear cut chance since he's been at Man United.
I think the biggest thing is the very first thing you highlighted, and Man United fans were screaming out from like August the 20th when the Baleba deal went down, is that or when it was August the 21st, and around that time, that we're just screaming out for just quality in the centre midfield. That was so bad in the middle.
But I haven't seen enough versatility. Play a free in the midfield then. Play 3 man in the midfield. Try something different. Give me something different.
Shane. It's one of those days, mate. Wait till you see.
But that's not his fault though.
No, it's not his fault. That's what I'm saying. It's one of
Because
those
that ball
days.
just hits him. That ball
It's,
just hits him.
That's not his fault. It's one of them days. Even if he left it for, he doesn't. It's not his fault. If he leaves it for
To be
Josh,
fair, and again, that's good play from Diallo, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's a good cross because he just hit it as hard as possible. This is
oh,
just a freestyle thing.
it's a corner. Maybe it's a defender who put it wide.
No, it came off Donnarumma's foot.
Oh, okay.
Do you think the players gave up on him? No, I don't think so.
No, not at all. Not at all. Even now, they're still fighting.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
not
think
have.
so at all.
Let's not have that
I
narrative.
think before the players give up on Amarin, they
Oh,
might give up on the system. They might
yeah,
they might give up on the system before they give up on Amarin. You
yeah.
might start to see players start drifting out of position, like the Bruno start drifting out of position, and players start drifting out of position. But because because what you also might see is players like Sesko start dropping deep because he's not receiving the ball and stuff like that.
Oh, Castle's on side as well.
That was actually not a bad cross from Mbuemo.
One thing I'll say is this: don't listen to the media narrative that's going to come around that United were horrific today. They were back. They were average with some good moments and some terrible individual areas, but they haven't been played off the park or made to look stupid or
No,
anything
they
like
haven't
that.
been. I've seen games where City's just dominated us, and I think City's gonna be in trouble this season
Oh,
because
I
a
do
better
too.
team that's a little bit more disciplined than us. Because what you would probably say, Lex, is that we've lacked a lot of defensive discipline.
Yeah. I think so. We could have had 3 goals in the last two
Again,
minutes.
a terrible cross into the box, terrible cross into the box. I just don't. I just feel like that the way we play, we need like a Trent and a Grimaldo or something like that because we just play these terrible looping crosses into the box. I just don't. Yeah, it's just not good enough.
But Dorgu should still hit the target with that. We should have had
Yeah,
3 goals in the last 5 minutes. Monu's been good, by the way. Monu's been positive since he's been
but
on.
what we've seen the three chances, we're now playing a three-man midfield.
Yeah, it's true. We have got a 3-man midfield. You're right.
We're playing 5-3-2. We're playing two strikers and we're playing no four, no I don't even know.
So he has
I just don't.
adapted. He has adapted, which is a good thing to see him do. But you can see the two, Casemiro and Manu, sitting in there with Bruno just in front.
Yep. And then you still got Mbuemo, Xerxes, and
It's just
Diallo. That is a terrible foul from Doggy.
Dorgu does this because he's young. His concentration goes later
Amarin
in
does not
games.
have a bag deep enough for that. They are crossing now after Sesko subbed off. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, but to be fair though, they were crossing when Sesko was on the pitch. The crosses were just shit. They've just been crossing. They've been crossing shit. These Muppets need to stop going for the Hollywood shots. These Muppets, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Man, like Haaland, the goal machine.
Bayenda's a cone, though. He is a cone. Even watch that game back. He's just that goal back. He's just a cone.
Man, like Bernardo Silva.
I think the most annoying thing for me, other than the result, is that how it's going to be made out that City are back and they did this and they did that. When they didn't, they were prolific, which is the difference in the game. And fair play to them, by the way, fair play. They've been prolific. But with you, Shane, I think they're in a little bit like I think they could easily finish behind Chelsea. I think you've got to say probably Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea are the three, and I think
I think Spurs are up there as well. I've been watching
yeah.
Spurs. Spurs have actually played good football, and they
Did they
got a
win
good
last night?
manager.
Did they
Huh?
win last night? Did
Yeah, they
Spurs win
won
last
3
night?
0 They won 3-0.
Good for them.
And they played good football. The first half was a bit shaky, but once Frank realized that Potter wasn't playing a back five, he just pretty much they just pretty much bopped them off the park in the second half. And I think they even had a goal disallowed as well. Could have been four. So I think
What?
what another thing is though, when the teams who are playing 2 games a week, so like the Cities, Arsenal's, Chelsea's, Liverpool's, Spurs, when they start playing 2 games a week, we're not even gonna capitalize on them.
Hey, City fans are mocking us. I don't even know what the chant is. I don't know if everyone's got their TV up, but they're standing up and I hope it's for Ricky Hatton, but it looks like some sort of like mocking chant. Do you know what I mean? Stand up it like if you hate Man U or whatever, or 3-0, whatever, some sort of.
Maybe it's for
I
I
hope
don't
it's for
know.
Hatton.
Probably pass that shit on to them. Haaland has best IQ but not mad skill. He know where to be. Who do we think is the next manager to go? I'ma say Potter. Um, I don't
Probably.
know. West Ham's got some games that I think are winnable in their next few games, so I don't think so. I think West Ham's got some winnable games.
Another bad cross.
Um, they got Palace away, which they got Palace at home. I think that's winnable. They got Everton away. That's going to be a tough one. They got Arsenal. They're definitely going to lose. They got Leeds. I think they can pick up. So if they can pick up 2 wins from their next 6 games, I think Potter's safe. Spurs definitely finish around 4. I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish up there as well. But obviously they got to play 2 games a week as well. So most people are saying Marino will be the next West Ham boss. I can see that. I can
Sir
see that.
Jim's there. Sir Jim's there. Sir Jim's at the game. He does not look happy, Shane. He actually looks like he's fuming, to be fair.
Let me see.
He should come on any second. He looked like he was fuming.
Yeah, he does look like he's a bit vexed. Still, I can't lie.
Yeah, he looks I'm gonna use my line. He looks like someone just stuck their finger in his McFlurry, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And walked off like just he just like just mad. Like he ain't gonna just like go boiling over about it and start screaming and shouting, but he's mad about it. Like this guy put his finger in, like just
I ain't ever heard that one used before. Stick my finger
uh,
in my McFlurry.
it's when someone's fuming but they can't switch, Shane. Like it's not switch worthy fuming, but they're fuming, just
Yeah.
annoyed, bro. Just annoyed. Like, why did you do that for? That's what he looks like. Like he just wants to go in. I hope he goes in the dressing room afterwards, by the way. I'd love to hear that he went in the dressing room and just roasted him, Shane, and was like, what the
I
heck is
don't
that?
see that. I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. I can't
No,
even
it
cap.
won't. It won't. But he should do.
I
He
think
should.
I think knowing Ineos and knowing Root, we say I we don't think Amarin's gonna go, but
Oh,
I can't put my hands on heart and say that because I actually don't I don't know what they're gonna do. I genuinely don't know what they're gonna do.
well, I think he's had a heck of a start.
What I will say is I don't think Ruben's got the best out of his team.
I think it's like even now. I mean, the problem is that City are settling for the results, so it's easy to have more of the possession and stuff like that. But I'll keep saying I don't think it's been like we could have scored since about 75 minutes. We've had 5 or 6 chances, and like you said, if the crosses were at least average, then we would have scored 1 or 2. So I don't consider it a bad performance today. I consider it a bad result. Before Amber jumps in the comments, it's a bad result, mate, not a bad performance.
I would say it's a bit of both, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it's a great result. I don't think it's. I mean, a great performance. I think it's been an okay performance.
No, I wouldn't say an okay performance. I would say that I would actually look at this game as um a waste because if we look at how we played very, very wasteful. And we
Mm.
gave a lot of a lot of the things were self-inflicted to me. And I felt like we never let City beat us. We beat ourselves at a lot of this game. And
Yeah, I
when you
think
think
so.
about a lot of the possession that we had, a lot of the time when we had the ball in good areas, even when we were 1-0 down, we had a few good opportunities. I just don't think we managed the game well at all.
Yeah,
Lack of discipline, lack of lack of creativity at the right times. lack of end product and quality, and just an overall poor defensive display at times.
So is the thing, Shane, because I was about to ask you, but I'll make it as a statement. So even that moment with Bayinda there, which isn't crazy, and it's easy to go, oh, with Schmeichel, with Van der Sar, prime David De Gea, whatever. If you go Edison and all, no, prime Edison and all those guys, right? The number one thing for me is I want to know that my goal is safe, whether that's defenders and goalkeepers. And I think that builds up and lifts all the way up through the team. And we don't have that. Like the strong defense, strong goalkeeper, strong defense, strong centre midfield. Like your attack should be that's your hat, isn't it? That's your hat and your chain, and do you know what I mean? That's your flash parts. But we don't have the basics of being difficult to beat, and I think that stems from this goalkeeper thing. But that's full time, by the way. I'm guessing it is with you by now as well.
As a
Yeah, I'm
poor
with you, Ahmad.
performance.
Ahmad said, imagine if he storms in like the Forest owner. I hope he does. I hope he storms in and says, you know what, this is like these mistakes. What the heck are you doing, Luke? Like people need to be called out. They need to be called out for that. But yeah, match reaction, Shane, because I know we're doing the match reaction straight away, aren't we? Just go through
Yeah,
the
go
through the
on.
game. Shane's desperate to get off to get some rest, isn't it, Shane?
No, but
Get
it's part and parcel of it. Go on. 1 second. Yeah. On the whole, I would arguably say that that was. I can't even get angry. You know
yeah,
why I can't get angry? Because I said before the game started, nothing would surprise me. If we won the game, I wouldn't be surprised. And if we lost the game, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if we lost the game like how we lost it. And I
yeah,
feel like when you watch the game, you know exactly why I said what I said. Because you think about it and you think there was individual errors which cost us, just sloppy mistakes, and then there was a clear lack of quality, but at the same time, there was a level of intensity that we showed and effort that we showed, but lacking quality. So you
yeah.
can understand why certain people are hammering in because I don't think players have down tools, but I feel like at some stage we did see eventually the versatility in this in the squad, but at some stage you just got to try something different.
Yeah.
And I don't think this this 3-5 or 3-4-3 is sustainable. And if you want to keep doing it and you want to die on this hill, you can die on it. But I feel like it's gonna cost you your job.
I think everything what you said is right there, Shane. I think with the 3-4-3 thing, now my question is what are they telling him upstairs? Because they're very publicly backing him, and he's saying they know it's a long-term project. So one of the things Ten Hag actually said was he can't play the football like he played in Ajax, and he basically when he left as well, he said he didn't have the players to play how he used to play in Ajax because he was very dominant in possession in Ajax, very attacking, turning the ball over in 8 seconds and yada yada yada. Obviously, a few people, Rashford and a few guys, couldn't do it, wouldn't do it. Um, so, are they telling him to stick to his guns and to keep this double pivot because we're going to get you the players and this is what we're going to do,
No,
or are
but
they
no,
saying,
but no, but here's the thing though. When you looked at United at the start of the summer, I felt like the biggest okay, we definitely had a striker problem, but the biggest problem that we had was also who was gonna play in that double pivot. The
yeah,
fact that there was a conscious effort to bring in a midfielder, but we didn't bring in one. For me, you gotta also look at it as we might not get to the stage where you would even be able to bring in the players that you want. Because as it currently stands, we're sinking. And teams know how to play against us, specifically if they know that you're not going to change anything. If I'm any team right now, all I need to do is play with a three in the midfield and then play with either an attacker that's dropping deep to drop deep to receive the ball or play with one of my fullbacks that invert. If I do that, our midfield's going to get outrun.
but Shane, let me on the what I was saying. That's a rock and a hard place because if he does what Ten Hag did and what Ollie did ultimately, and he goes back to a free, it like it's almost like an excuse for the players, and I think it was an excuse for the club before anything else. I think they're doing their best to fix it.
No,
Um,
but I think I don't think we played a free with Ollie. We played with the double pivot with McFred, and then um when we had
We played 4-2-3-1 with Ollie, and we played 4-3-3 with Ten Hag.
we played 4-3-3 with Ten Hag, and
Yeah.
the three that we had in midfield majority of the time was Casemiro, Bruno, and maybe an Ericsson at times, or
Yeah, yeah.
um Mainu at times. But I felt like when we played with that midfield three, I don't feel our midfield was the problem. I don't think our midfield was the problem.
I
I
think it
think
was. I think we got ran through. I remember getting run through constantly because that's when people sat.
I remember there was a game. I'll never forget. There was a game where we played Liverpool and what's his name, Gravenberch, absolutely dominated the middle of the park. I remember that.
But that's
But
when Cass got found out. Change. Remember, that's the first year he was great. The second year his legs went, and that's when Ten Hag, that part when he was 4-3-3. That's when everyone was saying, but because it was Cass and Ericsson, everyone was just like, "There's no one there. There's the big gaps."
I still feel like though the way I agree with you. I feel like if we are gonna stick with Amarin, which I personally didn't want Amarin in the first place. I didn't want Amarin in the first place. And if you click this video for like an angry crash out, you're not gonna get it. The reason why you're not gonna get it is because there isn't anything. I'm not disappointed. The reason why I'm not disappointed is because there's it has become a level of expectancy with this poor performances, and I feel like that's where this is where it actually gets worse when you expect your team to not perform. That's when it, and
Yeah,
when
we're
I
not even
mean not
angry.
perform,
Yeah,
I mean from a results perspective.
yeah,
When
when you
you
expect
expect,
it.
because the same things you were saying about, oh, we had good spells in the game and there was time. I could say that about Liverpool. I could say that about Fulham. We didn't get the result though. So at
Arsenal, you
some
mean
point,
Arsenal?
that's not gonna wash for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Shed, I was thinking to finish off our match reaction, how about if I shout out our lineup and you give them a score out of 10
Let
with
me get
6
through
being
these comments and
average?
I'll do that still.
Yeah, yeah.
They just wasted bare money this summer. I don't think so.
No, I disagree.
I
Completely
actually
disagree.
think, I actually think summer signings were good signings. And Buemo, Sesko, and Cunha are good players. And I
Yeah.
also think Dorgu, who he signed in January, was a good signing. I
Yeah.
just don't feel like we're playing to a system that suits them. And until we start doing that, it's very difficult to judge them. Um, what was no point in keeping this manager? That's a debate for a different day. Ruben Amarin in. I
Trolling.
can't I can't agree with that. Still, I'm
He's
not gonna say
trolling. He's
Ruben.
trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. That's what he
Uh,
said, Amarin, and he's
and
trolling.
United have more losses than wins under Ruben Amarin. I mean, I already knew that. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
mean much. Cunha played well, but this injury has taken him out. Yeah, I know. But yeah, go for the team.
Okay. So if you shout it, say six is average. Bayenda.
I'd probably say four.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go over 4. Mazraoui.
I'd probably say five.
I'll
I
go
feel like
6. Go
I
on.
would say at times Dorku got the better of him. I think um what goal was it? No, it wasn't. It didn't relate to a goal, or it didn't eventually go to a goal. But he got the better of him at times. But yeah, I'd say five.
I'll say 6 because I thought he started well, and I thought he had a big assignment with Doku, and I think he did okay. Centre backs Lenny Euro.
I think he didn't have a great game. I'd probably say four as well.
Yeah, I'd say 5. Delip.
I'd probably say out of the bit out of the defense, he probably was the best out of them, but he was still not great. Probably five.
Okay, I'm gonna say 5 because he had a few wayward passes. Luke Shaw.
Uh, two.
Yeah, I'd say 3 because two's tough, but I don't. You saying 3, I've got no 2. I've got no qualms with it. I think you made the point during the stream that there's an argument that he was directly involved, if not fully responsible for the 3 goals. He had a part to play in all of them, so I'm going 3, but I can see why you'd say 2. Dorgu?
Dorgu, Dorgu. Um, I'd probably say 6 because he showed great intent. And I don't defensively, he was actually quite disciplined. He created opportunities. Why he wouldn't be higher is because I feel like he needs to work on his delivery. His deliveries is just not good enough into the box.
Yeah, I'm going 6.5 because he wasn't a 7 for me, but he was slightly above average. But with you and like his determination, again, crosses on the box. There was one late on, the game was already done at 3-0, where he tried to put it across and it was like 3 versus 3, where Bruno was 18 yards out and 5 yards to the right. He should have just laid it off to him.
Yeah,
Centre midfield was Ugarte.
yeah, 4.
I'm gonna go 5. I thought he was okay. Good first half. Disappeared as the game went on. Bruno Fernandes.
I'm definitely gonna go 4 with him as well. I felt as a captain in a derby, I felt like yeah, I don't think he took responsibility for anything. Off the ball, he wasn't great, and on the ball, he just relinquished possession a lot today.
I think 5. I think he was linking things up, but it's the first game where I saw him in the double pivot, and I thought, I thought before he's wasted there, but I thought he was really wasted. And
I
actually,
felt
when
I felt about Bruno in a game like this where we had the ball so much in the final third, having him play so deep. Maybe he's not to blame for this, but having him play so deep was a waste because once
yeah,
the ball did, because he done a great job getting the ball from defense to that final third, but then we didn't have no one in the final third. So
so here's a question for you, or maybe it's a bit of a rhetorical one. Actually, when they brought on Casemiro and Bruno pushed up, that's when we had about 7 or 8
yeah,
good
we had
half
a few
chances,
good chances in that time frame.
and he was amongst it all, and the left foot strike for him. So yeah, I'd say 5 for me with Bruno. I think he's slightly above average, but I think that's the big thing now. Amrin has to decide: is he going to keep, because who else can he have there unless he trusts Mainu? I think he's got to trust Mainu in there. I think he's got to
I
trust
just
him.
feel like the next game, I genuinely just want to see him go to a 4-3-3. Just give me a 4-3-3 of Embuemo, Sesko, and Diallo, and Casemiro, Menu, and Bruno. Just give me that 4-3-3.
I don't. He's not going to do that, mate. I'll never get my hopes up with that. Who else? Who was next? We've had Ugarte, we've had Bruno, and Burmo.
I think he's gonna look at this game as a missed opportunity. I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie. Whilst he tried, he's gonna look at this game based on his quality. He's gonna look at this game as a missed opportunity. He had a few good chances, which on another day probably go in the back of the net. So I'd probably say it's a 4, but I would say that
Ooh.
it's still prosperous because he had a few good chances that on another day he probably scores 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm going 6 with him, man. I thought he created and he was amongst it
I'm
a
not
lot.
giving you. I'm not gonna give him so high because he didn't actually score anything.
Yeah, 6 is only average. Remember, 6 is bang average. So that's why I've given him 6. 6 is bang on the average point. So I'm giving him 6 because I think he created. He never gave up.
I'll say 5. I'll say 5.
Yeah. Ahmad.
I thought he was poor in the first half. I think near the end of the game he looked better, a little bit more
Mm.
promising. I'll probably say 5.
Yeah, I think 5 as well, and that might have coincided with Bruno coming on as well. Um, Sesko.
I'm actually gonna say 6, and I'll tell
Mm.
you why I think 6. Because when we went long to him, he done a great job flicking on a lot, winning on a lot of his individual battles. He made runs in behind the channels where one time they said it was offside, and he tried to do things, but I just felt like the service into him was poor. We spoke about this throughout the game, where there's about maybe 4 or 5 opportunities to cross the ball into the box. You got a 6'5" striker, and the cross either doesn't beat the first man, or it's just looped into the box for either the goalkeeper to get or the centre back to get. And I'm like, you're really not utilizing your striker. But he tried to make things happen in terms of making runs, doing when the game started, there was a clear effort to not play out from the back and go long and go to Sesko. And he done that. He was able to get the if you think about the first 10, 15 minutes before we conceded a goal, he was the reason why we were even able to get the ball higher up the field because we
Yeah.
were going long to him, winning the ball, and he was able to that people were getting the knockdowns. And I just feel like the ball, we it was a massive disservice on the players around him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd say six, six. I was gonna say five, 5.5, but I think six is fair. I'll call it. He had a factory shift. Like he's doing a 12-hour, shift at a factory, doing all the hard grafting and doing all the little things that, and people notice the outcome that he didn't score, and that'll be the headlines. But he was everywhere. Substitutes were the first two were the first one was Mainu, wasn't it? Mainu.
Um, I'm gonna say five.
Okay. Okay, I'm going six. I thought he was positive. I think he grew in as the half went on. Didn't set the world on fire, but I think he was six for me. And then we had Xerxes.
And I don't think he done it. I don't think he done anything in the game to really get a
Nah,
score.
nah. Casemiro.
I'll be honest with you. The I don't know if it was just because of a system change, but when Casemiro came on and we had an extra body in the midfield, we just had a little bit more security. So I'd probably say six.
And the last one was Maguire. He was the last one on,
Probably
or
say
one of them,
four.
a four.
Someone says Maguire might have to be a one. Not gonna lie, he came on towards the end and didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe just an NA then. Hot take: Fernandes has been the weakest captain out of all the teams so far this season. I ain't watched every team this season, so I can't say that. Best football I've seen us play was under Rude last year against Chelsea. Um, I just felt like that was a new manager bounce, and they were just
yeah,
so
yeah,
happy to
yeah,
get
yeah,
rid of Ten Hag. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
were literally so happy to get rid of Ten Hag that they would have just, you know what I'm saying? Um, because Rude, look what he done with Leicester. Like it wasn't that great under Leicester, but yeah.
What about the manager score then? That's the last one. The manager score.
I think he has to get. I think he has to get a three.
You're going for three.
I think he has to get a three for two reasons. I think the starting 11 was question was questionable, but it was questionable but cool. We started the game and it was okay. I felt like he was way too slow to make adjustments. I felt like when he did make the adjustments, he showed our hand way too early and we conceded two goals. When it's 1-0, keep yourself in the game. Keep yourself in the
Mm.
game. Like we started the second half really strong and then we got caught by overcommitting plays and I just felt like there was a lack of game management there. Yeah, and I felt like I just don't think he done enough right today.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5. I think pushing Bruno up. Remember, I said at half time, that's what I would have done. I would have tried to get Bruno up a lot earlier. I think the bottom line of it is, and I understand why he has Bruno there, and I think that's Bruno's position in 3 years. But no matter what people think about him, whether they think he spams, whether they think it's luck or whatever, or it's just statistics, Bruno in the 10, things happen. I don't care what
Yeah,
anyone says,
facts.
things
Things
happen.
happen.
Things happen, and we're in a situation where things aren't happening. So he
It's a
needs to put
result
Bruno in
based
10.
business, and you need
Yeah,
someone who's going to increase your chances of positive results. And
yeah,
when you got a low percentage player like Mbuemo who tries to make things happen, when you play Bruno further up the field and try to make things happen, it makes your position think about reverse.
yeah, yeah,
Diallo tries to make things happen. Your opponent now thinks about reverse. When we were in the final third at times, Man City didn't even have to worry because I don't feel like
no,
we had any cutting edge other than maybe the last 10 minutes.
yeah. We need him on the ball trying to make things happen. So the last thing then, but before we call it, who would be your man of the match for Manchester United? Difficult one to call considering the result, but who was our best player? Man of the match. It's
I
quite
don't
easy for
think
me.
I don't think I can give that answer.
I think our man of the match for me would be Dorgu. He
If
never
you're gonna
gave
say
up.
that, cool. But I thought his crosses was poor, so I don't know.
Yeah, but who else? That's what I mean. That's why I say it's a difficult one to go with. But for me, for
But
Manchester
yeah.
United, still agree.
But yeah, love for the what's it called? For staying throughout the entire life.
Yeah, yeah. Did
Hit
we
the
get to
like button on your
25?
way out. Subscribe. We'll be live for the United games, Arsenal games, boxing. It's been a massive weekend for me because I'm mad tired. I've this
Yeah.
was my third live or my fourth live. My third live, and obviously we done 4 lives in 24 hours. I feel like rants. Um, I'm so tired. So yeah, love for being here still. Peace.
Peace.